Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 26 of The Savage Tide. I'm your host and dungeon master, Eric. I'm Eric Vulgaris everywhere, and we have no technical problems whatsoever ever on this show. How's it going, everybody? Hope you're all doing well.
Yeah. I'm
so
doing good.
let's go around the horn. See how everyone's doing. Remind everybody who we're playing, and sorry we couldn't play last week. I was sick, came down with a cold, and you know how it goes. And you didn't want to hear me coughing and going like, "Welcome to the Savage Tide, everybody." So instead, let's just go hear what everyone has to say and what's everyone up to and who they're playing again and their inspiration things. LZT, starting with you.
Hi, I'm LZT. I play Presco Stormskin, and I'm having a great day. I am since Thursday unemployed, so now I'm doing leather stuff full time.
What kind of like the cool leather stuff or the other not cool?
The cool crafting with leather stuff. So I've got
it. Okay.
commissions of like passport covers and stuff like that I'm working on.
Sure.
And my inspiration for today is Bear Witness to a Sign from Dagon.
Nice.
Dempsey.
Hi, I'm Dempsey. I play Croc Monceau, the cursed champion of Istis, and my inspiration for the day is delight in the savage defeat of a sworn enemy. And Henley.
Hey everyone, the name's Dave. I will be playing Pinnell Apple and Eric Kirkin Swashbuckler. My inspiration is inspire your companions into doing deeds worthy of stories. That's me.
That's a good one. Hello, everybody. I'm Kelsa. I'm going to be playing Bajko, a half-orc barbarian, and his inspiration trigger for today is use your size, physical might, or reputation in a fearsome manner. So it's probably going to happen like 5 times. But I can only get inspiration from it once by the way we do it here, but that's fine.
Yep.
I like these rules. They're better than some others.
We start with inspiration. Yes, in case anyone's wondering, we start with inspiration here, and then when you use it, you have to always use it before you roll. And then when you want to get it back, you fill that objective that you have. And we roll privately at the start of each session to get which objective it is that we're going to play with, and go from that. So if you like those rules, steal them, tweak them the way you want. Who cares? Do it. It's your game. There's no cops. Only games. So anyways, let's talk about what happened 2 weeks ago. So our party, when we last left our heroes, the party saved Farshore from a raid from the Hellfish, a independent cruiser, but they were in the employ of the Crimson Fleet. While you were able to save the town of Farshore, as well as most of its citizens, the captain of the Hellfish escaped your grasps and disappeared, either in the into the water or hiding in town. It's remains to be said, or somewhere on the island. Who knows? We'll find out probably today. Anyways, the ship was just a taste of what to come, or I like to use Korik's words here. You know, that's sort of the warm-up fight before the big match. So after saving the town, they rendezvoused with their old friend Lavinia, who is here as their marshal of Farshore, as well as the current governor of Farshore, Sir Manthalay Maravanchi, who seems to be kind of antagonized by Lavinia's presence here. But nevertheless, Sir Manthalay Maravanchi has invited the entire party to dinner as a nice thank you for showing up just in time to rescue them, and to everyone else publicly, you know, just how he planned it. So you have a nice little dinner, and that's where we're going to be leading into at the start here. Okay.
Yeah, we definitely didn't blow him off earlier. What are you talking about?
No, of course not. So, we don't need that on.
We would never do that.
Wait, did they make Bajko wear a shirt? Probably did. It's that kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah. You probably show up without a shirt and like some courtiers or like you need to put on some like riffle thing. Think very riffles. Fashion.
It's so itchy.
The fashion here is out of date Sassarin. Specifically, I mean, it's not like anyone really cares here, right? But it's like the idea of you know, if the fashion du jour of the day is whatever it is, this is about 30 years behind. right? So like think of like 70s, like wearing a 70s tie or like a big old like flared neck thing in a suit, you know? It's like sure you're wearing a suit, but it's like outdated kind of thing. So like that's kind of the apparel that they have to offer you if you don't have your own.
So I actually have glamored studded leather. So I can make the armor look however I want it to.
Right.
So if there is a way to overdress,
Yeah.
like
I was gonna
overdress
ask you
to
that.
an occasion where you have to dress stylishly,
Yeah.
I would definitely do it. I'd be like rings on all my fingers, like big plumage coming out of my plumage as well as more plumage.
Big ruffle, yeah.
Yeah,
Showing off your nice ruffles on your chest.
Yeah, I have like a really big collar that sticks up, sort of
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
and like
You
a
pop your
little
collar.
what
Birds
do
can
they
do
call
that.
it? Like the piano.
Oh, the tuxedo tails.
the-
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I
Yeah.
think it's called a tail, isn't it? Called a tail.
Yeah. So
Oh,
and it's
I
like
don't remember that.
it's
Last.
like
Yeah, I don't remember.
it's a bright purple sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it mixes well with my Eric Crook and McCall colors. So
Yeah.
I'm
It's
styling, yo.
Yeah.
Pull out a little monocle.
Mad
Um,
styling.
Just,
Bad styling.
it's just a decorative monocle. I love it.
Yeah, no. There's no glass in there.
No.
Plastic hasn't been invented yet.
I like it.
So, Korok is wearing. So, if anybody remembers from a long time ago when we first started playing, before Kelsa joined us, Korok
shit,
changed
Kelsa
into
wasn't
like a
in the
Professor Korok outfit. He had like a tweed jacket and like spectacles.
Yeah.
Because he like actually needs glasses to see, but he doesn't use them. He puts that outfit on, so he's like Professor Korok without like a shirt underneath this tweed jacket. It's just like the tweed jacket.
That is such a
Bochco
deep
is-
cut, Dempsey. That was like back when you were using the disguise, hiding from the bandits, and oh my god, that's
Mhm.
so long ago. Love it. Sorry. Yeah.
So long
Bochco
ago.
has never seen Korik dressed like this and is both impressed and also a little bit jealous because you're not wearing a shirt under that jacket.
So are you just like for some reason I'm just imagining Professor Hulk now. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
A little
yeah,
bit.
he's Professor Hulk almost, except he's
A
got
little- yeah.
he's got long fangs, he's got big tusks, and he's got like spines coming off of his shoulder that are like sticking up in
So
the
kind of
jacket.
Fish
Kind of-
scales,
kind of more like Lovecraftian X-Men Beast. I feel like that's maybe
Yeah.
a little bit and also like or like Professor Indiana Jones crossed with Beast. Werewolf in London. I don't know. There's a lot of things.
Yeah,
you
like
can
if
look at.
if the fishman from The Shape of Water put on a suit.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
still hot.
Stop.
Obviously.
Yeah. Right. So this is a very elegant dinner. To give you guys a sort of preface. So it's one of those situations where you're expected to mingle and talk with the people who are here before they serve appetizer-y type things, hors d'oeuvre kind of stuff, and then you sit down for the proper meal and stuff like that. Around here, as guests to this place, are well, Manthale Maravanchi himself, obviously. There's the professor, who these are the people that were in town, but you never really got a chance to meet too much. But you might have saw on the side here. So now that's Professor Heavele. He's like sort of like a wizard, sort of sage type. That the cleric of the chapel here of Heronius is a half elf is here as well as the keeper of the Hall of Records that was burning that you saved. Duran is here as well. I'll write those down into chats for reference, so you don't have to be like, how is it spelled? Which is a classic thing.
Yeah, because none of those things are common names where we know, oh yes, I know how to spell heavily. Never mind.
Dungeons and Dragons, ladies and
Right.
gentlemen.
Yeah,
But I like to call my guys Bob and Frank.
the current topics
Fuck
of the current topics of discussion, obviously, is the dangers of the pirate, what's to come, people speculating. The other things are notable absences. A few people are not here who were invited because they're too busy to do things, than spend time receiving you all. But you all here are sort of the guests, so everyone here is very curious about you and willing to talk to you about more about yourselves than necessarily them, because they think you're the most interesting thing. Being the hero.
I'm
So
mostly impressed that in a town that has like
it's a couple hundred.
45 houses, there's enough people to be more than 5 people here.
Yeah,
And
this
none
is
of them are
it's a
fishermen.
colony. Like yes, that's the point. The point was that it's designed. It was forcibly people, not forcibly, but people elected to come here to live.
So, Eric, here's
As
what
far as you know.
Kenna would be doing in this little circle. He would be, well, I guess, spreading the deeds of his companions, but also accentuating them in such a way that they appear even more heroic than what they were originally.
Sure.
So, like, not that I've been around for very long, so a lot of what I've heard previously about what the party's done. If you guys have any stories you want me to accentuate that I wasn't as a player aware of as well, that you particularly want rumors to be starting to spread about you in this town, now's a good time to get it happening. And potentially also coming up with false deeds that his companions have done, especially the captain. I would be talking about how, he's known to have drunk large quantities of the ocean in order to make room for throwing creatures into the abyss and things like that.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Can you make a what's that? It's not deception, right? Probably performance.
Yeah, I'll give you one of those.
Or it's not really persuasion.
Performance.
Right.
I mean, it is a tall tale.
Yeah, it's you're not trying to persuade them of anything. You're just trying to put on a good story, right? Put on a good show.
Yeah.
I think it's probably more performance. Charisma, I think, based on what you said.
Okay.
Survey says 15. Yeah, they're very warm to this. They like you. But you notice like they ask a lot of questions about Sastrine in particular. Like they want to know what's going on there. Specifically, they want to ask you stuff about Lavinia, which you don't know the answers to, but your friends would, right? Like they've heard stories that they were attacked by, like her brother betrayed her, and they were attacked by some frog people attacked her, and they killed the Jade Ravens. Like you're not like they've heard different things. They heard one of them was a demon, and that they heard that like Lavinia made a pact or something. Like they've heard different things about Lavinia. And,
some of them are true, some of them are
bullshit. I would be trying to steer the conversation away from that back to my companions, and specifically the memoirs that I'm writing about them.
Right.
At this current time.
Oh, okay, that's perfect. I can imagine this in my head how it's going. Like they keep trying to like steer the conversation this way, but you're more social and like you're able to, and because of just your skills at performing, you're able to keep the conversation and like you're just like conversationally jujitsuing them like back to the thing. Like, oh, that reminds me though. There's this other story of this, and you just they just go back, and it's like they clearly want to hear more about this one thing, but you just super
the literal definition of fast talking. I'm the used car salesman that tries to keep selling them the car that they can't get rid of because there's a bet in the office to do that.
Well, tell me. No, but I want to hear about Sastrine, and now I'm really curious about your book. Blah 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 blah. Right, and there we go.
Mm-hmm.
Right, cool.
I open the back leaflet. There's a picture of me, and I have the same pose. No, I don't do that. The picture's in the book right now.
Cool. Does anyone else want to do anything particular? Want to ask anything, or we're just going to speed it up?
I mean, Boschko is very awkward, and if someone brings up Lavinia's brother, he may go on a rant about how he's sworn to kill him, and that he murdered my sister, and that and just go like off on that whole thing
Yeah.
and how it's a personal revenge quest, and not bring up anything about any of the other reasons people might be up to.
No, that's good. In fact, several people think that Lavinia is sort of like an albatross returning to Far Shore, bringing these sort of woes, and that her family is kind of unlucky, and like that's why. And in fact, but the person who quotes this the most is Manthele. And and I'm sure as you're making a loud kind of ruckus and stuff like that, I'm sure other people, maybe even like the professor or somebody is like, see, like it seems like it just was always been a bad deal to have them return here and stuff, and like listening to you, it's like, if they just would have stayed in Sassarin, there would have never been a problem, kind of stuff, right? And
That's
then
because
yeah.
he'd already be dead if he stayed in Sassarin.
Yeah. And that's where
I make sure of it.
Manthele steps up, and in sort of as almost out of character as you've seen him do this so far, he's like, I'll have no more discussions about sullying the Vanderborn names, here and in my house. And he kind of like quelches that down. Right? He's like, we're not going to sully the memories of Larissa and Varric Vanderborn, period. And so apparently he's pretty close to their parents, right? Like you get the feeling that like they were close, and that so like when the conversation broaches the subject of impugning their honor, he's like, fuck that, So yeah, so that's sort of like a shift, and maybe if no one else wants to interject, maybe that's when it kind of like cuts to the meal part, that's kind of like a huge deflationary part of conversation.
I imagine Presco just throwing food up in the air and going and snatching it.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't do that, but that would be funny.
It's good. I mean, for a colony that has just had an attack, the food here and stuff is very exquisitely prepared. It's very fine dining. It's kind of uncomfortable to know that some people are like out there probably working, repairing things, healing the sick and stuff like that, and you guys are just here dining, eating nice, being happy. But it should. They do their best to try to hide that stuff. It's not like you can look outside the window and see that. This place is sort of a walled compound. It's sort of almost like kind of like the keep part of the fort town. But it's present in your mind. Anyways, Manthele is trying to talk to you all about your sort of goals and what you have in mind here and what brought you to Far Shore. Right? It's like, well, I can't thank you enough for being for arriving as when you did. That was impeccable timing, I do say. And he's speaking candidly now that he's in private company. Like basically his everyone who likes him is here. So he can talk about, he can let it go, being like, they really had us in the first half, kind of thing, So
is he addressing that comment to anyone in particular, or just the room?
Probably Presco, right? Because Presco's the captain, and so he would naturally divert to the authority there. That's a good question. Yeah, it's probably to Presco. So Presco, that's what he says to you, right? He's like,
okay,
Captain, we can't thank you enough for arriving when you did.
We were gonna try to press him for more stuff, weren't we? If I remember correctly.
Right? Yeah, you definitely thought you could. Yeah.
Yeah, because he was like, "Yes, these are the people I totally requested," and we're like, "Yes, we are." Okay. So I kind of wanna big up. Is he the colonial governor? Or
yeah, he's the colonial governor, right? He's the person in charge here.
Yeah. No, I mean he's not like a mayor or anything. He's the actual governor.
No, he's the governor. Yeah.
Okay. So my idea was maybe it would be cool to kind of.
No, I have to be more specific, because this would have come up. He is not the governor. He's the de facto governor. He's essentially the regent of the place.
Oh.
This colony belonged to Lavinia's parents. He was a part of the original voyage, the oldest person, best friends of the family. And since Lavinia was, too young and in school and stuff like that, and what's his name? What's up? Oh my God, why can't I get not Varric? Vanthus. And Vanthus was here for. You learned that Vanthus stayed here for a little while as a kid, before also moving back. He was the last head person, and so he just became sort of the de facto governor, as sort of one of the leading members of their founding colonies, right? One of the founders. So now that Lavinia's back, it's not sure that like Lavinia actually has the title to this place or not. And he's just been operating as it is, and Lavinia's never really asked for it yet.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try to like big him up a little bit,
Yeah.
make him look good in front of his friends,
Mhm.
because then we can totally press him for
Yeah, of
stuff. And we're
course.
like, oh, you don't want to give us this? Well, we're gonna tell your friends that we actually didn't show up on your request at all.
Right. So you want to kind of like extort him a little bit there.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. It's like,
Uh,
yeah. So it's kind of like,
mean-
so he thanks you and stuff like that. He's like, I can't thank you enough for showing up when you did and stuff. You're like, yeah, and if you want to keep this, kind of quiet, perhaps there's something a better arrangement can be made, kind of thing.
yeah,
he's like-
I think I say that.
Right? Yeah, I know, but in the sort of Presco way, a little bit
Yeah.
more of a forked tongue, so to speak. It's
Yeah.
just
No,
a metaphor.
Just a
I-
turn
I
of
think-
phrase.
Just turn of phrase.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's awesome. And that's when he's like, yeah, well, we are just a humble colony with not too much to offer. He kind of puts himself down a little bit. I mean, this place is a pretty ostentatious meal. Like, for example, like this meal that he's offering you, the plates and things like here, this is several $1,000s worth of gold and like expenses set up here. Like this place, he's not like hurting for money. You know what I mean? So when he comes off saying like, well, we're throws out his pockets, turns them inside out, saying there's no money is not necessarily true, right? Like there's no insight check needed to get that far. But that's what he's kind of saying.
I think Presco says any man with pockets in those clothes never carry money. He has people to carry them.
And he's like, you have a keen tongue and a keen eye, sir. And like he wants to shake your hand. He's like, listen, well, I'm gonna get on the level with you, Captain. I have a lucrative opportunity that I'm willing to go in with you on and cut you in, and that will put you up real good and your crew. He looks to everybody, real nice. Now, here on the island, there's a good stash of emeralds that you have some miners going to it, but they've been having issues with a local troglodyte tribe. Now, if that wasn't an issue, we can cut you in some of the emeralds. In return, and a steady supply of emeralds will go a long way in bringing money in the economy, boosting Farshore back in Sassarin. He's kind of like laying out the plans of like, hey, I can't pay, like, I don't want to pay you just straight cash. I want to cut you into a deal here. If you're also willing to just help me, help these miners with these troglodytes.
I kind of feel like Presco would be like, yes, no, this is very interesting.
Yeah.
Another business venture. But the one we've already done for you, which is save the colony, I think warrants some reward. Then we can talk about emeralds later.
Wow.
Like, I think Presco wants to get across that we won't pay for the stuff we
want
already
both.
did.
Yeah, right.
We can talk about the emeralds. That's a different thing. But
Yeah.
the stuff we've already done, which is conjure the sea out of the bay and put out your fires and save everyone and kill a lot of people for you. I
Right.
think that warrants at least
Oh yeah, I love
my
this.
weight in
Okay.
gold.
So here's the situation, right? Yeah, I love that. This is persuasion, right? Because this is like haggling with him, right?
Yeah.
He wants to present you as this offer as the reward for helping them, and you're like, no. I want both. It's
Yeah.
like I don't want just this offer of a job and a percent of the profits of this mine. And like compared to a flat fee, I actually want both.
Yeah.
And like that's what this persuasion role represents, right? This haggling.
Okay.
Like no.
I
You owe us
will
both.
definitely,
And we know the situation that you're in,
definitely
right?
use my inspiration.
Absolutely. Go ahead. That's awesome, Fresco. This is cool. I like seeing.
Persuasion.
Yeah. This is also one of the first times like you're like in an official position of like a captain
Yeah,
negotiating things
because
for the
you
for
came
the,
to
for the
force
behest
me
of your
to the
team.
captaincy.
Yeah, well, that's part of being a captain.
I mean, Boschko could not have made this negotiation.
You can always
happen.
ask your crew, you know, like you can be like, I need a
Hang
moment.
on,
I mean,
Kenza.
but
I haven't fucking made it yet. I might screw this
I was
up.
what I was
There's a
gonna say
1 in
is
400 chance that I fuck it up.
no, you got this.
we'll see. Yeah, make the roll.
Hey, 17.
17. Good. That's a good use of your inspiration.
Yay!
Yeah, he stares
The-
and he
the
stares
maid
and
would not do it.
he stares at your eyes and it's like, you're not someone I want on my bad side. And he's like, very well. And yeah, and he's willing to give you all let's see, there's 4 of you, right? So he's willing to give you all about $8,000 of cash. Or actually it's emeralds. So 2,000 apiece.
2,000 gold. That's
3,000
I'll take that.
Well, he's gonna give.
In
He gives it to
emeralds, then.
you in emeralds. Yeah, like he doesn't.
That's-
He
that's
doesn't
fine.
just give you this thing right now. It's like tomorrow or this evening or whatever. You're gonna get sort of like the,
Yeah.
you know, how to pick it up kind of thing. It's not like he just has it laying in a drawer.
We can fix the ship up
Right,
with
but yeah.
with that. We could add 2 brand new
He
Honda
gives.
like 500 horsepower outboard engines, and we don't have to sail anymore.
Yeah.
That's how.
Well,
much-
you're
That-
also
for so-
forgetting about the 15, 16 diamonds we have.
That
Yeah.
effectively
Gold.
doubles like the worth of the stuff that we have, because we have about 7,500 in worth of stuff in the gold in the bag of holding
Yeah.
right now.
I don't forget. Yeah. I mean, also pay the bull sharks. Another thing.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
need
but-
they need some money.
if we have 15,500 gold,
Yeah.
they don't get 1,000 gold each.
That's not my problem.
Do
That's,
they?
That's.
I mean, technically, you're the captain. You get to decide that,
the
but
captain.
Boschko is going to strong arm you to make sure they get a fair share at the very
Yeah.
least.
Oh no,
You're the
fair
captain,
share,
and
it's
this is the
fine,
point of-
But they're not getting 1,000 gold each.
On a,
No,
on a
yeah.
ship, you can kind of think of the first mate, which is what Boschko is, as sort of like the union rep of the rest of the crew.
Oh, so Boschko
Like, you're
would
not-
technically be
Boschko,
the
yeah.
quartermaster. Quartermaster is the old like proper shipping, like
No.
an overall captain on anything except warfare was the quartermaster. If we want to go,
Yeah,
cor-
but they're not really like an officer, and the quartermaster is kind of an officer and like logistician. Instead, they're sort of like they're the heart and soul of the crew, right? Like they will follow Boschko, and so like keeping Boschko on your side and like a good relationship between like Boschko and you, Fresco, is super important.
Quartermasters
crew.
usually are in charge of like knowing
Technically,
what's going on in the ship
Yeah.
and like the
managing
manifest and-
administration. Yeah,
yeah. Boschko can't do any of that shit. He can't read or write or do math. What?
but yeah, it's like he's like Boschko's not a good officer per se, but like a good like sergeant would be. Like I'm a good like low like I'm a good manager of the store, not like a regional manager person, you know?
Yeah.
Like I can treat the people that I know real good and know exactly what they need and help them out and like lead from the front, that kind of stuff. But when it comes to the bookkeeping, when it comes to all that kind of stuff, it's like I know, right? Like that's sort of the idea I got, right?
cool.
Okay. So anyways, the point is that this is money for you, Captain, for you to figure out and divvy up for the rest of the crew, right? Manflay doesn't really
do-
care how you do it.
Do I know that we have a bag of holding? Is that a
Yeah. That's
thing-
from
Yeah, I would have told you.
yeah. What's
It's
the name of that
from-
captain? The ghost captain.
It's from
That
Daquan.
was trapped in the ring. Oh, Daquan had one
then-
too.
Yeah, I have Daquans.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So I have
we have
two.
a lot in it.
Right.
Okay, so my idea is like send up Korok with the bag of holding, and because then they don't have to deliver everything down to the ship, they can just literally take a wheelbarrow and dump it into the bag of holding.
Another quick point of order. What are your bull sharks orders tonight? Like, are they supposed to be on sort of like guard duty? Are they like after today, given like help the town or just kind of rest and relax kind of thing? Like,
I mean,
what are the
their
standing
captain
orders?
is still on the loose, isn't he?
No, the bull shark. Or sorry, the bull sharks,
Oh,
the
no.
Black Storm.
Yeah, no. I mean, the captain
Yeah.
of the ship we beat the crap out
Oh,
of.
yes.
He's still on the loose.
The Hellfish. Yes.
I would probably prefer to have the bull sharks on like some form of guard duty at least. I'm kind of leaving that up to Boschko.
Okay. Bashka, it's a question for you.
Okay. I mean, honestly, I think we've all deserved some leisure time here.
Yeah.
We really haven't had it, and we've had some
Since Rencrew.
harrowing adventures.
Yeah.
So I would advocate for some leave time. The idea of going after those troglodytes or whatever, maybe we can do that later, but I think we need at least a day, maybe 3 of debauchery before we're ready to go out again.
Yeah. So here's the deal. That sounds good for me right now.
Okay.
So as the dinner goes on, Manthale sort of suggests several projects for you all to do, and none of them are anything that sort of what Lavinia was mentioning. He mentions a lot more things about improving the docks, the palisades, the gates for defenses. Like
Does he think that we're some kind of a construction crew?
Well, you can cast control water, and like you can help the construction teams and people who can do that stuff. You know, you can augment them with their with your strength and your spell casting. Obviously, finding out where this captain went is another high priority.
I thought last time we talked we were going to split up into like groups.
I know, and I mean, what I'm saying is that Manthale is giving you guys other things, and keep in mind, you only have a couple weeks to do all this stuff, right? So you have to kind of choose which things you want to do. You can't do them all.
Okay.
I mean,
I think Presco's gonna like not answer, or Presco's not gonna take any jobs. Even if I am the captain, I'm gonna definitely talk to the crew.
Sure.
Definitely talk to the rest of the like senior staff or whatever.
You're all hearing the conversation of the things he's kind of proposing during dinner. Can you all make an insight check for me?
I can try. Oh wow, actually 19. Wow.
Ooh.
Bashko's been just eavesdropping.
Yeah. All right, Bashko, you're the one who can kind of feel it out the most. Korik, you also sort of have the intuition here. The things that
I'm just really bored. Like that's I'm just like playing with my food.
I mean, this is
I'm
he's
kind of bored at this point.
This is literally like the plans are behind him and like pointing out different proposal kind of stuff. It's like it's a presentation. It's not really fun. That makes perfect sense. You can see the things that he's pointing out are tactically totally valid. Like these are absolutely things that need to get done, but they're also like clearly the most visible things that get done. You know, like these are all like the big things that look obvious. Like, hey, we're doing our part. You know, like leaving the town and securing an alliance doesn't necessarily look the same as building new watchtowers does. You know,
no, he's not going to suggest fixing the sewage system.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. All of these things score points. All of these things score like visible points. You know, like you can clearly see that's what's going on.
It's a propaganda campaign.
I think it would definitely make sense for Boschko to be the one to pick up on like this doesn't actually help this town at all. Like the people who live here, like it looks good on paper, but I walk through these streets and they're mud. Maybe some cobblestones? Something.
Well, yeah.
I mean, maybe not that specifically, but I mean, I think it would make perfect sense that Boschko is going to look at all these proposals and be like, this doesn't help the common man at all.
Right. It just looks like it does more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a propaganda campaign, right?
Yeah, like, not to say that these things aren't going to help at all. It's just that, they're clearly things that help in a way that's visible to the town. unlike you leaving the town and getting a promise and securing a promise for a couple of weeks that soldiers are going to march to help out, is way different than seeing watchtowers get built and the port gets dredged and laid with traps and stuff like that, right? Like it's way different. Do you bring that up at all, or do you keep that to yourselves? Do you share it with the captain, Bajko, Korik, or what?
I mean, I think I'd literally probably just say something about like this isn't gonna help the common man. This all sounds fancy. How is it gonna help the people here? Like, really help them, improve the lives.
Well,
Protection is good, but not everything.
Well, mercenary, the people of Farshore are they need a symbol. They need things that remind them of strength. They need strong symbols of strength. They don't just necessarily need strength. They need to see it to inspire them and keep their hopes up and keep them strong and willing to fight. I know how dangerous this is going to be, and that's why they need to see that stuff as a reminder of the commitment of their governor to protecting them.
So it's all about you. I see.
Well, in a way, I am the symbol of the colony, yes. But through me,
Shoots
I
looks over
protect
at
everyone
Amanda.
else. Yeah. You know, I have the oblige to protect the common person. Yeah, you know what? He probably would. He would be like, you know, he is a noble, right? And so that's why he sort of has that discrepancy, and he would definitely raise that up, right? He's like, you know, it's like, perhaps it's because you're not a noble, but this is how it is, kind of thing. Like he would probably be he would make it obvious. That like, yeah, he's a dick. He's also.
I mean, that doesn't like
Yeah.
like Bajko understands that sentiment and isn't gonna argue with it.
Mhm.
It's just kind of like, I don't think you're doing what's right, and you think
No.
you're doing what's best for you, and you're an asshole, and you're not gonna change your ways, and I'm just gonna go over here and do my own thing because you have no control over me,
Yeah. Exactly.
bitch.
Yep. It's I don't have to play your game. Yeah. Exactly. Awesome. One more. So that's kind of all the dinner is. It's like him giving these proposals to you all. There's one more thing that sort of comes about this dinner that these insight checks will also provide you all. The first thing here, so I think Bajko and Korik, again, this is what you get. Manthalay cares about Farshore, but doesn't care about Farshore the same way as he cares about Sassarin. He cares about how Farshore looks to Sassarin and using Farshore as sort of a bargaining chip for him to become more powerful and go back to Sassarin one day. He feels like this is a weird orphan he inherited, and he just needs to raise this thing so it gets it out of his house so he can go back to doing what he wants to do. Right? He's like committed to it. He's committed to it. He's committed like it's a stepchild of a marriage he didn't really want, you know, or something. And like he's committed to it. He's honoring it. He's gonna do the best. But there's resentment in it. There's definite resentment in it, and definite like he wants to be doing other things.
Eric, what's in the mines here?
The mines?
You said there was mines, right?
Yeah, emeralds. Emeralds and troglodytes live on this island.
Okay. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I would probably inquire with the other people then about, because you mentioned there was like a natives or something like that here on the island.
Yeah.
Yeah,
not this island specifically. You're on like a sub island of the island of Dread.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So intentionally, I want to find information about how best to communicate with the
Dolmens?
natives?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. So you probably just want to talk to the wizard here, the professor, I guess, about it.
Oh, okay. Sure. I'll talk to him.
Yeah. Like, well, you seem to be quite the astute Aarakocra.
Or was it my collars? What gave it away?
No, so you remark about several stories that clearly a learned man, as you know, can possess. He's remarking about you have a college degree, just like him. You know,
Mhm.
like, oh, you went to school.
Yeah.
I also went to
It's
school.
that
Look at us who
Yes.
went to school together. You know, kind of
very
thing.
us two schooled individuals. Yes.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Uh,
Like that's sort of the thing he's putting off right now.
Yeah. So I'll probably like, having noted that, I'm not going to ask him directly how to communicate with them. I'm going to overtly go around, like subject around the thing. Maybe like get into a debate with this man about how he would communicate with them. You know, like get his I guess prognosis on how to do it. If he's a learned man,
Sure.
it seems like that might be the better approach of doing things.
Sure. He would recommend that you need to talk to the leaders. Jakal is the actual name he offers. Here. Jakal is the leader of the largest of 7 villages on the island of the Isle of Dread. In the village of Tanaroa, which I mentioned last week. Tanaroa is it means the place with 6 quarters, or like the sewing line of 6 quarters, because it's sort of like where all the trade routes end up kind of intersecting. So that's kind of like why people live there. And yeah, the leader of them is their chieftain. And so if you can convince them to do this, that would probably be the best part. But he says convincing the clans to all agree to help colonizers is, you know, that's a desperate move, you know, is kind of what he says. Like he doesn't think that's gonna work. Is the big things you have. He doesn't have a lot of hope on it.
Well, if there's one thing that I've learned about dealing with bipedals, is simply that they all want something. It's about giving them what they want, or at least coming to some sort of fruition, agreement between everyone as to what they can all share. I don't know if they're interested in emeralds, but it seems like our governor here is, and perhaps he would be willing to part with it if there was enough at stake.
He tells you a couple of things about the dynamics of Ulman culture that are interesting and unique. For example, so he tells you the different clans, right? And he says different clans sort of live in different parts of the island and do different things. Like, you know, there's the Boar clan who are like the builders and yada yada. But he tells you each clan is led by a female chiefess. And each are advised by a religious leader. And the religious leader tends to be someone called the master or the mistress. And they are responsible for the management of their ancestors, who are living dead. And basically, the idea that they keep their ancestors around as either like zombies and things like that, as sort of like their living ancestors.
Okay. Do they communicate with their ancestors in some way, or they just?
That's what the religious leader does. He says like the animation and reverence for their ancestors is a big deal in their culture.
Okay, interesting. That's quite alarming. Has there ever been any sort of uncontrolled outbreak of undead in that region?
No. Their powers over the undead are much different than necromancers of Dol Guldur from 100 BC, BC, like for different dimensions. Like, no, they have some different connection. It's quite a new realm of study for us, right? So
Hmm.
it basically says like
Well-
how they raise undead is different.
Mhm.
It's not necessarily like evil necromancy that brings them back. Is what he's saying? It's different. It's like they have a different.
Don't you want to watch your grandchildren grow up? Yes. Well, let's stand up again.
It's the good necromancy.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's technically
Perhaps if the ancestors might be willed into fighting on our behalf, perhaps? How would the town feel about a swarm of undead protecting them against a swarm of pirates?
Eric, if this new kind of necromancy doesn't have a name, it should be called necrophancy.
necrofancy,
Necrodancy.
necrodancy.
Mm-hmm.
All the zombies.
So
in the
what?
thriller.
Is it Crypto the Necrodancer now?
What does he say to the idea of the town being protected by undead? Is that something that he would balk at? Like, what is he?
What do when you say protected and balked? What do you mean? Like, is he disgusted by it?
Yeah.
No, he's fascinated by it.
And what would the townfolk be like?
He doesn't
then
judge
if
him
it-
that way.
And from what I understand about human culture, is that undead seems to be something that is killed immediately.
Right.
So
He's
if
like,
they
"No."
offer an undead legion as protection, is that something that the town would not stand for?
No, that's not an academic question. That's a political question.
Well, I mean, you
I'm
live
not in the
here.
realm to comment.
I mean, you live in this town. Perhaps you, of all people, a learned man, should be able to understand the ideas of the common folk.
He shakes his head and says, nah, "That's not my place." I mean, personally, he believes in not necessarily Istis, but believes in sort of like practicality and like maybe like just more like Ogma, like sort of knowledge in general, and sort of like the neutrality of knowledge. So he doesn't feel like that'd be a bad thing. He says whatever would get the sort of the whatever would protect the town is
There's
that
nothing
doesn't
more
cost.
practical than reusing the dead.
Yeah, it doesn't, and it won't cost the lives of town members, right? Like
Okay.
it preserves.
Now that's
people.
recycling.
But he's like, but that's, he says it's very specifically. He's like, Allmen won't see it that way. They're not their ancestors are not here to be used as fodder.
Well, no one said they were fodder. What if they were warriors looking
Would you
to seek a battle in the afterlife?
Again, it's like it doesn't. You have much to learn. It's kind of what he says politely. It's like you don't get him, but I get it. Like
He
he's
puts
like,
his
"There,
hand
there."
on my shoulder.
Yeah, he's like there.
You
There,
have
there.
much.
Yeah.
I put my hand on his shoulder and I say, "I'm 5 years old."
That you don't quite, yeah, exactly. It's not exactly what we're talking about here.
Well, I think it's a grand idea.
Yeah. He also mentions, or not, maybe not him, but like Manthale and stuff would mention that there are some valuable tar pits around as well. That if you can collect some of the tar, like that would go a long way to help like fireproof things and use for traps and stuff. But he tells you
How much
that
do you think I can carry? I'm not a bird of burden.
you have a ship.
Well, I mean, there's lots to
You
do
have a ship and a crew.
in very little weeks.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
but
you could.
there
You
is a
could.
lot to do, and
Yeah.
I would be going over there myself without the need of the ship.
Well.
And I will be doing what I can to persuade them while my crew achieves other goals on their own.
All right. Then I think the only thing you get out of the professor then is very much a like Good luck doing this on your own, kid. Like, this is if you're as good as you say you are, it won't be a problem. Is all he says.
Time to get me an undead army.
Crack your bird fingers. To move. Yeah.
And then you go, ah, no hollow bones.
My bones are so frail. They're fragile. They're hollow.
No, I actually have a trick. I just sort of crack a piece of wood that I carry around to make it look like I'm doing that. You know.
He's
Clever.
got balls of wood tucked in between his feathers.
Yeah.
Don't underestimate the bard, my good sir.
Mm-hmm.
Showman in spirit.
Pocket sand is a real thing.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Is anything else need to get done at the talk, or are we good to start planning out things?
I want to talk to the keeper of the records, Hall of Records.
Yeah, for sure. Jaren?
Yeah, Jaren.
Yeah, Jaren.
So I'm gonna walk up all Professor Korok, and like cough.
Yes. What is it? He's feels like he's a little awkward around you, but nothing you're not familiar with.
Yeah, I'm a big scaly fish monster. Of course, people are awkward. The pirates that attacked, they have a base around here.
Yeah. He mentions there's an island by the name of Rat's End is where they were based. The known little port of scallywags.
And you have a map to this island.
Well, not exactly. It's not on me. It would be in the records hall of. I have several maps of the island, but he's here, and he's like, he kind of like maneuvers behind like Manthale and people talking and Presco to like sort of like imagine that conversation that was just had about the deal about emeralds is happening, and this is happening sort of in tandem. He's like, all right, now, excuse me a little bit. Yeah, okay, see, and he's like, you see the island? It's like this, he's pointing out, and he shows you sort of where the island is. And it's pretty close. Like, it's just like one of those. Do I have a map of the Isle of Dread here? Well, if we go to the sandbox map, I'll show you on Roll20. Zoom in. Yeah. Okay. So the resolution of the map isn't great when we zoom all the way in, but Farshore is technically on the edge of this island here. And then Rat's End is over here. Do you see how it's sort of like these like little archipelago bits off the main island? That's sort of what's going on. All right. That's what he shows you. Why? Yeah. Because you think that's where the captain's going to go back to?
Yes.
Cool. He doesn't ask you that. That's me asking you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sure.
That's where I think he's going to go back to.
Mm-hmm. No.
Is there a way to get a small ship here?
That's a question for the governor. If you can like requisition a ship, but yes, there are some ships here, like small little schooners.
Okay.
So like 15-foot vessels, single mast.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, and he's like, is there anything else I could help you with? It's again kind of awkward.
I'm gonna need a copy of that map.
Right. Well, I think I have a couple copies in the Hall of Records, and be happy to stop over there for a second and get you one.
Thank you.
Cool. Awesome. So then I think. So we got maps, got plans. What's the order then of what we want to do first?
All right. So
look for the captain. Do we want to go talk to the tribes? Do you want to go do the mines? Do you want to go get the blue Nixie? You have a lot of things.
Well, it sounds like if the captain knows that this place is going to be defended by people, he will bring more people, right? Like if the captain gets away and reports back. Is there a chance that he's already left and done that? Like, what is the likelihood of that happening?
We're pretty
Make an
far
insight check.
away from everything, right?
Make
An
an insight
insight
check.
check?
Yeah, make an insight check.
Inside, where are you? There we go. Bam.
14.
Oof.
14.
Yeah, you're pretty like. There's no reason for him to not want to report, as far as you're aware, right?
Yeah, but I mean, mostly about the distance. I mean, it has been an entire evening, I guess, right? So
Yeah, he would need to have some sort of like. He needs a ship, right? He either A needs a ship or B some sort of like magical way. Otherwise, he's stuck here, right?
Mhm.
So, yeah.
That's true. Yeah, that is true. Okay, so what is everyone's main priorities right now?
I don't know. This is the part where like I want to leave it off to you all to discuss a little bit how you want to organize and tackle all these things now. Plans?
I got nothing. Fresco wants to kill something. I think that's his main jam right now.
Boschko also wants to kill something. I think Boschko really wants to go after that captain. Like, we don't know where to find Vanthus right now, and Boschko is really pissed that this guy got away. Like, I was being a badass and going at this guy, and I had him on the ropes, and then he got away. I'm a little pissy, so Boschko wouldn't mind being like, what if we all go after this dude while the bull sharks take some rest time here? And we'll be back in a couple of days and ready to rock and roll. I don't know. What y'all
Are
think?
we going to have enough time to do anything positive for this place when the battle happens? Like, are we going to have enough time to do this and then other stuff, Eric? Or is it just we pick
No.
one thing?
No, you have time to do stuff. You have a few weeks, so you're able to get like 2 or 3 of these things.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then that's fine then. Because I think at least making sure that the captain doesn't tattle on us would be a really good start to giving us an advantage to some degree.
Sure.
Right.
Okay.
No witnesses.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Korok wants to find the captain, and 2 thinks we should get as many allies as possible.
Yeah. Okay. But it seems like we're all in agreement that the captain should be the first thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then, is this something you're gonna work on like this evening, like after dinner, or is this like
I
the
think
next day?
Oh yeah, no, this evening most likely.
I mean, I think we're all on board. Like, I think the only reason we haven't gone after the captain so far is because we're like,
Got obligated to do this thing?
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Like,
Sure.
Boschko would have wanted to
Then-
go after him like immediately, and everyone is like, let's be civilized for a minute.
Okay. Then you don't have. Then you're not benefiting from a long rest or anything like that. So you're all still where you're at. Okay.
We still
Okay.
get a short rest though, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. The dinner and everything like that's totally a short rest.
Okay.
You short
So-
rest up,
I
but not
don't
long rest.
remember being hit, but maybe I was.
I don't think you were, but I think in terms of, I think mostly for our spellcasters is a big deal.
Hey, yes.
As well as lay on hands being basically depleted.
I only used one
Not
spell.
totally.
I,
You just spent 20.
I only used
Um,
controlled water, so I'm
Is are we the those +5 hit points from that spell?
Aid.
From
Aid.
aid,
Is that still going on? That's like 8
8
hours
hours.
or whatever.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's still
8
going.
hours.
Cool.
It's a great spell.
Then I'm
Yeah.
gonna assume
Okay.
that's still in place.
I definitely don't get lay on hands back.
Hmm.
Okay. Cool. Then the way I want you all to find the captain here is a skill challenge.
Let's do it.
So it's nighttime, right? The sounds of the jungle and the waves hitting upon shore are all around you. It's a beautiful night. The moon is half full. Stars are out. You guys are kind of around the docks, I guess.
Oh, I
Feel
forgot to
free
mention
to,
that
yeah.
I turn into a werebird on Half Moon. So
Oh, weird.
sorry, yeah,
That's
I forgot
fine.
to mention that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I cast guidance.
Do you
on
all
everyone.
do you all know skill checks? How I do this? I know some of you do, but I don't. I think you all have been in a skill check before when you were escaping on a ship past the blockade through the island.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do the
Yeah.
cave thing. That was a skill check, right? This is going to be the easiest skill check, so I need 2 successes before 3 failures.
Cool.
The DC for these is going to be 15.
Everyone has guidance, by the
So,
way.
yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I can
So
maybe I climb up to the crow's nest and like look around to use perception here to see if I can spot a likely direction that he may have gone off in.
Sure. Look for anything peculiar. Yeah.
Well, it's a natural one, so I got nothing.
That's a
Just
D4,
failure,
but it's not
everybody.
gonna help.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to like approach this logically and
Yeah.
use my insight to see if I can figure out where is the best direction for him to have scampered off.
Sure. Thinking about it. Yeah.
That's another natural one.
Okay, those are 2 failures.
We're killing it.
Wait, what was the DC?
15.
Twice wouldn't have fucking helped.
All right.
I'm gonna go chat with the townsfolk, see if anyone has seen anything or done anything.
Yeah.
Specifically, I'd like to also use specifically the people that I helped save who would recognize me as a way to bridge the gap between people who don't know me and whatnot, so that we can have a much more better conversation about these sorts of things.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to assume that would be persuasion.
Yeah, because you're kind of like socializing with people, so that makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm. And what does aid give you?
Extra HP.
But you do have guidance, so it's an extra D4.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah. All right.
Okay, there you go. You got
Yeah.
1 success.
You don't need it.
Yeah. You're hearing
Adding
talk, you've heard that people haven't been able to get around to the warehouses and see if, like, the other warehouses part of town, like they've been putting out the fires and things here, and so people have been neglecting sort of the other warehouses around here. So you're hearing that might be a lead.
Range has shortened, friends.
Yeah. So rather than giving each person a chance of like what failure looks like here for a skill challenge, it's like what the skill challenge failure looks like is sort of what happens here. So yeah, so you're not able to perceive anything. You're kind of lost where this person could have gone. You hear talk, but there's some weird things going. Like you've heard a lead that no one's really going around warehouses.
Mhm.
Okay, what are some other roles? It would be Dempsey's turn. And
Yeah.
you can't use a skill that's already been used.
Yep. I am going to pray to Istis,
Sure. Is that
my
a spell?
lady, my lady of fate.
Did you or did you not
believe-
make the captain your sworn enemy?
I did not,
Okay.
because I wasn't fighting him.
Bummer, huh?
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask that this be a religion check. But so Cork has seen Finney use augury and use like a pendant to figure out like like weal or woe, basically. Korok is going to get in the middle of the town, and he's going to jam his sword into the ground and then sit near it, cross-legged, and pray to Istis, sort of asking the direction of which the captain is, for the sword to fall in that direction, basically.
Okay, I dig it.
And I'm going to use my inspiration for this.
And plus a d4.
Yeah.
You are a paladin. Okay. That's a fail.
Nope.
No, it's a success.
17.
Hey.
Ah,
Guidance helps there.
Guidance on a religion
mm,
check is weird.
I don't know. Yeah, hold on a second. Let's talk about that for a second. Because mechanically, there's nothing wrong with doing that. But fictionally, what does guidance from a god of Dagon look like when you're praying to Istis? You know what I mean?
Oh, a water drop falls on the sword, pointing it pointing it in the right direction.
So really, it's Dagon that answers this and not
Yeah.
Istis. Oh no.
Totally.
Yeah, no, honestly, that looks right. And it's pointing you towards the warehouses that we mentioned before.
Suddenly, there's a slight drizzle of very dark water, and it hits the sword and it falls towards the warehouse.
Yeah, it's like going towards the warehouses. Like, so you're near like the highest point, right? So it's falling towards the docks and the water.
Mm-hmm.
And the warehouses. Yeah, cool. So now you need one more success. It's literally 2 for 2, tied up, bottom of the ninth. One of you gets to go again because we've all gone now. And one person, and a roll that we haven't seen yet, a skill we haven't seen.
Okay, I've got it. I would like to use dexterity acrobatics to perch myself on the roof and watch for suspicious activity.
That's more like investigation or perception, which has already been used.
What if
Does
I
anyone
use
have good
athletics?
investigation?
What if I use athletics to just bust down every single warehouse door?
Or
Oh wait, I
that's
will
stealth.
knock on the door and go, Gotagram, Candygram, and use my.
Deception.
well, I've got a 6 in stealth. And I think outside of that, I don't see how performance can come into play. So that's the highest one that I can roll. Unless history. I check my adventure novels and find out what the bad guys normally do in this situation.
Where they would hide.
If I was a bad guy, where would I go? Let me check the history books.
I think what you do is pull out the campaign, the printed campaign, and you just go back and see.
Oh yeah, I have
where we are in the.
That's so meta. I love it.
We are watching it now, sir. What's happening now is happening now.
So yeah, Eric, I'll use stealth if no one else wants to do anything.
I think stealth would make more sense than acrobatics in terms of like looking around for stuff.
I
Yeah.
would too.
Sneaking
Better
around.
than my Candygram.
Unless Kelsey, you had something else you wanted to do.
I mean, my idea was just to start busting down doors. That's the opposite of stealth. But
yeah, either of those
it's
options
like-
work, right? You either want to answer it effectively with force or quickly with dexterity, right?
Is this the last chance we get?
yeah.
Yes, because you're
And I think
you're tied
my
up.
athletics is better.
You're tied up with 2 successes and 2 failures. So
I think
the
maybe-
challenge comes down to this.
I was gonna say, I think maybe you suggest that you like go sneakily over there and figure out which one he's in. It's like, I'm just gonna bust down the doors, and I just go and start busting down doors. What do we got?
Yeah, that's about what I expected to happen.
What in
rolled
the actual
another-
heck?
You roll another 1.
Three out of 5 rolls.
It's a 13.
3
It's a
are
13.
1.
He couldn't do it. And well, the
I
weird thing is,
I had to try.
the weird thing though is that every single bit of your guidance has been 4. Like you've been rolling great guidance. It's just that literally, I mean,
Yeah, but that's 1 in 4 compared to 1 in 20. And
The one
those
door you try to
3
kick
one-
down is heavily reinforced. It shatters your ankle, your knee, and your leg all in one swift move.
Wait.
No.
That's
Can I
one
say
in
that-
8,000.
Can I
That's a
can I say
13.
that I'm raging there to give myself inspiration on a strength check?
You already rolled.
Damn it.
I appreciate it. I like it. I like the idea.
I thought we were
but
going with the stealth
You gotta
check.
use
What
it.
the hell
You gotta use
happened?
inspiration before you roll. No, it's that the
No.
athletics has a total technically had a higher advantage. This is the part I'm talking about. It's like, do I burn my inspiration? Nope. So
no. I
it's a
mean, it
fail.
wasn't as inspiration. It was just as the using rage, which would give me advantage.
I
But
thought
Okay.
we were doing a stealth check. What the hell
So,
happened?
Here's what,
you
no, here's
you
what it
didn't
looks
put
like.
a leash
right?
on Bochco. That's what
No.
happened.
It's one of those things where you're all looking around, figuring out what to do. You all tried your different approaches together, and there's that kind of moment where you're all kind of like have coalesced again around this warehouse, and you're like, and you wait for Bochco to kick it down, because you hear the sounds of rummaging in it, and you kick down the door of the warehouse, but instead of the captain being in there, there's a grotesque creature about the size of 12 feet tall, that none of you have ever seen before, that looks like this on screen.
12-foot tall?
Yep. In terms of the way its arms look, and it's just going through the boxes. Is it Shift Z?
What
Yeah.
the fuck is
What's
that?
the
There's this
name of
thing.
that? I
No,
can't
it is-
remember the name.
Yeah, I don't know. But this is the creature, and it looks at you. It doesn't speak in any language, and it's like holding up some like vase, some like nice like clay vase in its hand, in one of its hands, and the rest of its long dangly claws are just dangling down, and it's just like,
Oh fuck no! And I'm just gonna charge it with my warhammer. Like that's not the
I'm-
captain, but
I'm in charge of the inventory. Like we don't believe
yeah,
you.
you want to roll initiative? Y'all should be have a turn here.
oh, I forgot to select my token, but I should have 15.
Well, okay, got a
Where is-
7.
oh, that's the seconds.
Sorry, I put him in the house for the party.
Let's see how.
Yeah, I just forgot
Hey,
that was
once
a thing.
again, single digits, because
Where is it on this book again? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I moved it up.
There, I rolled again so that you can just have a number, but it should be 15.
Yep, should be 15. I will send.
Once again, I'm at the bottom.
Yes. A couple things about this creature. So its skin is that dark green. It has a nice like film on it. It doesn't smell like anything. Like it has no smell.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
That's
either.
I think that's the idea.
Yeah. It sort of sounds like the sound of like a sub control, like a what do you call it, like a sub power station. Like it has that sort of like hum to it, but it's not like necessarily electrical. It just sort of has this like that's its sound.
Oh,
Like
so it sounds like a transformer.
Yeah, it
an
sounds like a
electrical-
buzzing transformer a little bit, like around it, but it's not. It doesn't give off that like ozony electricity. It just sort of that's what it kind of sounds. It just does not. In other words, nothing is leading you to believe that this thing is of this world.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Nope.
I'm gonna run at it and attack it.
Oh,
Probably multiple times.
I
I'm gonna rage.
I misspoke. I looked at the wrong height of it. It's not 12 feet tall. It stands only 7 feet tall. I combined its length and height together.
Okay, that's a little better.
It's normal size. That's the person. That's why it's like in this warehouse. Yeah. You want to charge it?
Sure. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and run up, and I'm raging, and I'm gonna just go all out reckless attack.
Sure.
So let's go.
All right. Before you roll
How
damage,
about
can you roll a d2 and then pick 1 or 2 on it?
sure? And that's supposed to be +2 because I forgot to click my rage box.
Sure.
I will pick a 1.
Okay. And roll a d2.
1.
You got it. You connect with it.
All right, so that's 8 damage.
Mhm.
And then my second attack,
All right. Same thing.
and this time it's 8 damage again.
You want a 1 again? There's a 50-50 chance
yeah.
that your sword just goes through it.
2.
Yep,
All
that
right,
one
I
misses.
missed this time. It's not a sword; it's a warhammer. But yes.
Warhammer, yeah. Right. So the first one connects to its fleshy goo, doing 8 points of damage to it. And the second one, everyone sees, it literally just goes through it like it's like an illusion.
Okay.
Is that like? Are you using a magical weapon, Kelsey?
Yep.
No, I don't have a magical weapon.
Oh, yeah. Well, it doesn't magic immunity or anything like that isn't what's going on here. It just seems like it
It's
disappears.
phasing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. Goes as it goes through. Yeah, it literally sounds like you like went through like the sound of Lord of the Rings when you put on the ring. Like it sounds like as you strike through it. Cool. So those are your double strikes. Yeah, it screams with a very high pitched wheel when you hit it, and then it goes back to that buzzing as that other shot goes through it. Its big mouth and its center body rings its fangs. But Korik, you're right behind Bajko, and you come at it, right? What do you do?
Mm-hmm. First, I'm going to use magic weapon to make my weapon magical.
Sure, that's a spell, right?
Yeah.
Bonus action. Yep.
And then I'm going to attack it.
Sure.
That's
a hit. But roll
15.
roll the d2, and then pick a 1 or 2 before you finish rolling. Basically, it's a coin flip if you actually hit it. You have to.
1. I said 1. I don't know if you. I don't think you heard me, but
No, but I'll honor it.
okay.
So 15 hits. 10. So that's 18 points of damage.
Yeah.
Cool. It's barely alive. You've cut off one of its arms. It's like limping. It's leaking like mercury blood on the floor.
Oh.
It dropped the vase that broke.
That should be 11 slashing, by the way.
11.
Just from the magic weapon.
Oh, right. Yep, it's still alive, but barely.
Okay, I'm gonna attack it again.
Oh, okay.
I have 2 attacks.
Oh, I keep forgetting. Yep, go ahead.
14.
14 hits. But
Okay.
do the D2 thing on a 1.
Yeah, gonna be 1 again.
Yep, sounds good. You got it. You connect it.
Hell yeah.
Phew.
14 slashing.
You cut it in half.
Hell yeah.
It's dead. That's it.
Well, now that we've got the captain, we can all relax, right?
No.
He wasn't here. Whatever
Wait,
this
that wasn't the captain?
Its corpse begins to flicker in and out of existence.
fuck was that anyway? Magic.
Like the
People
blood,
Fresco.
everything is like it disappears. Like it's like losing reception. If that makes sense, right?
Can you tell me what this is, Presco?
I have no idea.
I used
Can
divine
I-
sense before.
I smash my warhammer into its corpse as it's disappearing.
Yeah, it stays here. Yeah. It's not evil.
Can I check history for flickering men? He
But
still raises-
the vase that is there is evil.
Oh, that's
The
interesting.
vase.
Like does it
That it was
does it
holding.
insult us? Like what does it do?
The vase insult you?
It's a joke,
Oh.
Eric. You
Cor-
said it
Cor-
was evil.
Yeah, no. Well, the divine sense is that it gives you the presence of evil. Yeah. It's like a
Cork?
plain clay vase. There's no like,
Yeah.
you know, it looks old.
Um,
Like it looks like an
Cork's kinda
artifact kind of thing, you know, like from an archaeological
Yeah.
dig kind of stuff. But like,
Cork will like pick it up and then like examine it. And he'll like tip it upside down
It's
and like
heavy.
shake it.
there's heavy. Like before you do
It's
that,
heavy?
like the vase is heavy when you hold it. Like there's clearly
Mhm.
something in it. But it doesn't look like the vase can like get the thing out of it. Like it's bigger. Like you have to break the vase to open it. You know, like a piggy
Rub
bank.
it.
Like there's no way to like get the thing inside of it open. You have to like break the vase to get the thing
Oh.
inside of it. It feels heavy.
Okay.
The vase is approximately, I don't know, something like the size of like a big pot you cook spaghetti in. So like this thing is something about the size of like a Nintendo Switch. You know, something like, or a
Okay.
Game Boy, like, you know, something around that, like, you know, 6, I don't know, like a book, you know, size of a book.
Okay. I raise it over my head and then I smash it.
Sure. Poof.
Wow, you really hate art.
Clinking to the ground is a statue. A golden statue, with no markings on it. And
Art
even though
with
like
an
you throw it at the ground, it like remains pristine. And the statue is made of like a very tall, like it kind of looks like a vampire or like a giant Batman.
Oh, is it one of the original figurines?
Yeah, it's a 1960s Adam West Batman.
Nice.
It's pretty sick.
That's worth some money.
Yeah.
Is it the one where he's holding the bomb above his head?
No. It's
Oh
clearly
no! You obviously you smashed the original packaging. It's not worth anything anymore.
it,
Does it?
it clearly
it
is an
look
almond
like-
relic.
Okay.
Like
Does it
when-
kind of look like that guy that we saw before? The bat dude that we fought?
Yep. It reminds you a little bit of the stuff in what you saw in Tomoakan. It definitely sort of has those sort of vibes.
Was I there for that, or am I just
No, you
completely blanking?
No, the basilisk. Remember when you fought the basilisk, the giant basilisk, where we met Henley's character, like many
Yeah.
months ago.
LZT
It
wasn't
reminds
here for
you a
that,
little bit of that
was
place.
he?
Well, I wasn't there for that.
Ah, you weren't there for that. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Fennel got here before I did. So.
Fast boy.
So
High
yeah,
speed.
there's a twitching, smashed corpse of a weird alien creature, that was holding this vase. It's now broken, and now there was a statue in it. It clearly could detect the statue too. Like it, you know, there's a whole thing of there's a whole bunch of vases in this crate that's like been opened, and that's the only magical one, right? Like it knew clearly, like or it just guessed real good.
Can I do a history check on this thingy, Eric?
Oh yeah, you can. Waiting for you to do that, buddy.
Hell
Filcher.
yeah.
I just remember the name of it. Ethereal Filcher. Yes. I was drawing a blank for like 10 minutes. I couldn't remember the fucking name of the monster.
So yeah, I'm just thinking about it, thinking about monsters that appear to be there and not there at the same time, and histories and stories about them. An
So
8.
close to a 20.
It's clearly it's an omen deity, right? It's clearly
man.
like the model, like it's a god, right? It's a god statue of a bat creature, but like you don't know the god, right?
Oh no, I
or
was
its
talking
sig- or
about
its
the
significance.
flickering corpse.
Oh, the flickering corpse. Nope. You know, based on how it flickers, that is from the ethereal plane, which is sort of like the plane between planes. Or I guess it's like the astral plane. I don't know. I should have thought about this a
Okay.
little bit. I don't know the difference between the ethereal and the astral plane. I know they're different. Just the ethereal plane is a little bit where like ghosts and stuff live, and the astral
Yeah,
plane
if-
is sort of the plane between planes.
I think ethereal planes is where farts go before they become.
Yeah, that sounds right. That checks out.
Okay. I'm just sitting there on the ground, just poking this thing.
Yeah. I mean, you never encountered a creature that lives on the ethereal plane. This creature somehow does.
Well, it appears this creature died outside of the ethereal plane.
Yeah.
So,
It clearly can
kudos
move. It can clearly move between planes very easily. So maybe it like hunts and hoards things, or like, you know, it doesn't look like based on the way it attacks, it doesn't look like it's like a predator, right? It looks more like a scavenger type thing.
Yeah.
And yes, for those at home, LZT nailed it. It is an ethereal filcher.
So wouldn't you say that it filches things, not scavenges them?
Yes.
Ah,
I didn't want to. I'm okay. Yeah,
Sorry.
your character wouldn't know the difference, but yes,
You're certainly correct.
yes, it does. It does filch. It does a good filch. And apparently, it's good at detecting magic. Right? It can clearly detect magic.
Yeah.
But now that it's dead, you don't know how to get to its hoard. So it might have other things, but who knows? But yeah, it found this bat statue, and you killed it.
I mean,
No sign of the
its
captain,
hoard,
but there's this stuff.
its hoard might very well be in the ethereal plane, since it just flickers back and forth. So you just pick up
Yeah.
something, go to the ethereal, drop it off, and pop back.
Yeah. The statue does radiate energy. You know, like this is the magical thing. It wasn't the vase, it was the statue inside of the vase.
But you said it's like a god.
Yeah, the bat statue. Yep.
Do I recognize? Do I recognize?
No one
Cleric?
no one did a check on that. So yeah, I want to do religion on it for sure.
Yeah. Nope.
No, it's clearly a bat god, right? Not bad, but animal bat god. Looking at it, it looks like it's traced with rays of the sun.
If it was a
Or
bad
fire?
god, you'd probably know better about it.
Right. Right. So you know that this is some part of. Here's what you know from it, right? From 7, this thing looks like it belongs in a collection. Like it looks like it's not supposed to be. It looks like it looks like a piece of something larger. Like it's been broken off at the bottom. You can see, right? Like it belongs somewhere else. It looks like it's some sort of religious god of bats, and you look around and you can kind of make out that like that looks like the sun and or fireballs, you know, like it's fire, like a lava bat, or like a volcano bat, or like the sun bat, you know, something like that, right? But that's all you can really get out of whatever this is. But like there's no name on it or anything like that, right?
Does it say "Made in the People's Republic" on the bottom?
Nope. But hey,
So now that we've failed the search for the captain, does that mean we can't search for the captain anymore?
no. But this is a clue.
Okay.
Korik says, "We'll find him later. Let's figure out what this is. Maybe the cleric will know."
Well, what about the scholar in the town? He seemed to know quite a bit about this place.
Yeah, you want to get them involved?
Yeah, fuck it, man.
Whoever.
We
Yeah.
might as well.
Someone living here would have a better knowledge of it than us.
Yeah, definitely, right? Okay. Yeah, so you're gonna bring it to the professor probably, or either Jaren or the professor will probably know a little bit more.
Mhm.
Let's just assume you just bring it back to the Maravanchi estate, and they're still there drinking brandy, talking about stuff. They describe this as being part of like this is definitely something belonging to the Almonds. Here, this is their god Zolzuala. So it's Zotzilha. And this is the god of the sun and bats.
Yes, the
classic
sun and
combo.
bats.
Yeah,
So-
that seems slightly opposed.
No, it's
No.
traditional sun and bats. They go just hand in hand.
No, when the sun goes, the bats carry away the sun at night, and they bring it back in the morning.
Oh, so it's not like I am the god of veganism and hamburger.
No, it's like the other way around. It's like they keep, they control the sun and they bring it back with them and
I
stuff
see.
like that. It's that idea, right? Like they have the power to control the sun and be a bat. You know that this is a remarkable find for the Ullmans. That I'm sure they would like. This is definitely something that belongs to them. And while he doesn't know the significance of it, this looks like something that you should probably bring to Jax. You know, this is something that you should totally bring to the chieftain to be like, hey, I found this thing.
Sweet.
And they're kind of
Yeah.
wondering like, what was it doing in a warehouse here? They're like, And now, and like, there's kind of this awkward thing of like, well, like, they kind of look at the professor. The professor looks at Jaren like, is one of these two like smuggling something? And like, they're both trying to figure it out. And now it's kind of awkward here because like now they're wondering why that thing was in the warehouse. So it's not my warehouse. It's this is this is your warehouse, Mantale. And they're like, well, I didn't have anything to do with. And now they're kind of like accusing each other a little bit of smuggling. His
I bring
artifacts.
popcorn.
And yeah, so now it's like getting kind of angry here and awkward. Like you kind of like interrupted their nice chill conversation, and now they're kind of getting accusatory on each other. It's getting heated a little bit. But everyone seems to be like, there's no way, like no one is clearly the smuggler, like lying. It seems like they're all lying, or none of them are lying.
Can I make an insight to see which one makes the better argument?
Yeah, totally make an insight roll as they're drunkenly accusing each other.
10. Perfect. What's with all these low rolls, man?
Right? I know it's been lowroll.com today. No, there's no one's making a good argument. They're all too drunk. You think either they're all guilty or they're all innocent.
Well, they clearly didn't find the statues I was smuggling. My statues are different.
I only sneak out the rhino statues. I don't know what this. I have the dinosaur teeth on lockdown. Can't be me.
And they both work out they're both smuggling, but they're not the smugglers that smuggle this.
No,
shake hands. Go back to Brandy.
Right. Keep in mind, like Manthalay, something I never brought up earlier, but I probably should have. Manthalay is totally the dude that helps bring animals to the Colosseum. By the way, he's sort of like he runs this thing. Like he's the connection here for the faraway monsters that sometimes get fought in the Colosseum in Sassurin. It's this guy.
We would know that.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Like, I don't think so. But I think in the conversation tonight, he's like, no, I ship living things. Why do I care about a statue? I make way more money selling animal kind of things, right?
Okay.
Like, so it probably comes up. But just in context, just a neat little context thing that probably should have come up.
Sure.
For your character development, if you wanted it.
But
yeah. Look, I don't know.
Yeah, I really don't care about smuggling.
I think it might be. I think maybe they all agree that's Lavinia. Maybe Lavinia's doing it.
No.
Well, you don't know that.
I mean, I think that's gonna prompt a what happened to not besmirching the what is their last name again? Dang it.
Vanderborns.
Vanderborn. What happened to not besmirching the Vanderborns?
Well, yeah. Now that he's kind of in a little bit drinky drinks, he's insecure. So like he's gonna totally posture here about like it's like no, I love the Vanderborns. It's just that I'm just worried about the protection of this place, and we can't have smuggling happening on in these premises, and I keep things above board here and all that kind of stuff, and he's just, it's a question of order, not a question of respect. And she's been wanting to take over this place for so long, and these types of things. Like I can see it in her. She wants to run this place more than I can. No, she's being like he's like being very honest here, being like, she thinks she deserves this place. She doesn't know anything about her family. Doesn't know anything about her parents. Doesn't know them like I know them.
But she does know how to be a better person than you. And I shove him and leave.
Screw you guys.
I haven't had enough to drink for this.
Aw.
So nice.
Yeah. Well, you got some information.
Yeah. So
the other information.
at least we know this
yeah.
statue is going to be useful in the negotiations with
yeah.
the tribe.
Okay,
Mhm.
so two key takeaways right now. One, the captain is not in Farshore. Two, this relic is important to the Omens. All right, that's what you've learned so far.
Cool.
Yeah. So, how about we take a quick 5-minute break and come back for the last hour? Okay.
Okay,
That sounds like a
sounds good
Yes,
to
I
plan.
need
me.
to go to the bathroom. So, when we're
I like that
overdue.
plan.
Yeah, we're overdue for a break, anyways. So I'm gonna go anywhere. We'll be back
Mhm.
in about 5 minutes, y'all. See you on the other side of a break. Hi, everybody. Thanks for waiting. We're here at the second part here of The Savage Tide, episode 26. We're deciding we're
We
looking for
were
the
not talking about dogs.
No. Why would we ever? No. Okay. What do you want to do? Captain, we just learned a little more about in the evening, the late evening, on Ethereal Filter. Learned about the statue, the Bat God of Zoltziala.
And no one confesses to being the one trying to smuggle them.
Yeah, no one confessed to being a smuggler.
Well, it doesn't belong, and no one's trying to smuggle it. It doesn't belong to anybody, so it's ours. And we get to decide what to do with
Yeah,
it.
Exactly
they're
how
they're
that
like, oh
works.
yeah, take it.
Okay. Probably somebody wants to return it to who it belongs to. Basho doesn't give a shit. What he learned there was that the captain we're after is not in the city, which means that
You're not searching.
we need to start searching outside of the city because Bashko wants to. But Bashko now has two people he wants to murder. I mean, of course, a faint wind of Vanthus' location would redirect him in a minute, but right now he feels unsatisfied.
Yep.
Okay. Who's
Korok
got a
wants to
fire?
go- Korok wants to go straight to the that pirate's base.
That's a good idea. Warwick, that's a good lead, both on this captain and on Vanthus. Hit them off. I can wait till tomorrow, though, I think.
If they've done dealings with Vanthus already, who's to say they won't do more for the upcoming battle?
It's a good plan. Solid.
How many people are in this pirate cave of yours?
I don't know.
Yeah, no one knows. Probably
Well, let's just
a score.
assume that it's
It doesn't make
more
a
than-
difference.
Well, it kind of does a little bit, considering there's only so much of you and so many more of them. Wouldn't you want to catch them in a trap?
Or we could
That sounds like a lot of work. I'm not very good at traps.
We could-
I'm really good at smashing things.
if you cut off the fist, it cannot fight anymore.
I mean, it has another fist and 2 feet and a mouth.
And a stump.
You could tape an axe to that stump.
Exactly.
Then it's an axe hand instead of a
That's
hand
now
axe.
Now you just
Now it's
made it
better at
bionic.
fighting.
The bird's actually making some sort of sense. Do you have a plan, then?
Well, what if
Pretend to be a
And-
pirate.
what if we find out what it is that he wants from this place? That way, instead of him coming here, we can lead him to a place where we know what's going to happen, or the surroundings. Or let's say we find a really shallow piece of water and then have our captain here remove all the water and break all the ships and then put the water back in.
It'd be nice if we knew where Vanthus was.
We know he's coming here for something. Do we know what it is?
He's coming here and he's gonna try and attack the city.
For what though?
The question is why? Why here?
I mean, unless he wants to kill his sister. That sounds like something that man would do.
I don't have
Perhaps
a
we
better
should
motive.
ask- And then we can just bring her with us. That way the city doesn't get attacked. And we can just sort of define where we do this battle.
That only works if he knows that we took her with us.
Well, we'll just drive by the cave opening and say, hey, we have your sister right here.
He's not going to be at that cave.
What if we shout really loudly?
I don't think that's how it works.
I changed my mind. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
So your suggestion is to go into a cave filled with men and swing around until there's no more men. And that
Yeah.
doesn't bring you any closer to Ventus, though, if he's not in the cave.
So,
I'm starting to get a picture of you two, and it sort of looks like you just want to kill humans.
don't you?
Not specifically
not really, no.
humans. Necessarily.
Just this one human, and everyone he's associated with.
Yeah.
I sort of like look at the captain, and the captain's just like, picking his fingernails or something. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Very long fingernails.
It's just like,
Oh, sorry. No, I'm good with killing.
I'm good with killing everyone.
I must be confused about what humans actually like, because I was
Look.
under the impression that they didn't do that.
Look,
There's a lot of diversity.
we need allies. We need. You need to go and fly to take back that statue, and maybe the hub.
I mean, it sounds like everyone else is just gonna go off into a cave and kill all the problems. So maybe we don't even need to do that.
kill parts of the problem.
Well, all right. If you want to go saunter into a cave and swing around your fists until they're bloody and raw, I can appreciate that. At least it'll make a good story.
So we want to track down Rat's End.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. You want to bring the whole Black Storm instead of the ship that you secured then?
That's a question for people who
Or are you
want
going
to make this
Or are
decision.
you going in stealth? Yeah.
Tactically, I don't think bringing the whole Black Storm would be a good idea.
Yeah, and I feel like this is like where we go off and do this when we leave the bull sharks to shore leave.
Yeah.
So they can-
How's the hellfish doing?
It's burned down. Just a half a hull.
Yeah, we ain't
So
using
what
that.
you're
It's on fire.
saying is it's streamlined now.
It's a giant barge now.
Twice as
Yeah.
fast now.
It's all burnt out. It's completely totaled.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Nose is itchy. Okay. Right. So then does the party just wants to take the little
I'm sorry.
cruiser ship.
I imagine Presco standing on the beach going, "Work harder, work harder," shouting
That's
at the
good.
bull sharks.
Except they need to relax now. It's their break. Because you all are going to go. There's their shore leave, and you're all
That's
going to go
true.
out to go deal with Rat's End.
Relax harder, relax harder.
All
We gotta
right.
pay them first.
So that then they
Yeah,
can
that's a good idea.
move back into this place.
Yeah, exactly. That'll also help them, like, the city not be mad that we just dumped a boatload of,
Yeah.
mercenary sailors on them.
We pay them, and
Respectable
then
seaman is the words you're looking for.
Very
Elsa.
respectable.
yeah,
and
we gotta pay
well-dressed.
them and have them, help protect the city if need.
Sure. Do you want them to do any of the jobs that like Mantle offered you? Like, should they be helping with the efforts to build up the gates and stuff and towers, or no?
I mean, they deserve some rest, but if
Yeah.
when they're done resting, they can probably help out, right?
How-
I feel that's kind of up to Bashko because
I
Bashko
feel like
is the leader.
we're gonna be back before their shore leave is over.
Yeah.
That was kind of the plan, and I don't
Okay.
think Bajko thinks that far ahead. So it's like you've got 3 days shore leave, and we'll give you orders when we get back.
Yeah.
And there's no like.
Yeah.
So if we don't get back in 3 days, maybe one of them is going to take some initiative
So-
and agree to help out, but we're not going to order them to.
It's a day's
Sounds good.
sailing. It's a day sailing there, day sailing back, and then a day of messing them up. So
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds about right.
Seems reasonable.
Well, let's be honest. It's going to be a day sailing, a day sailing back, and about 5 minutes of messing them up, and about 23 and a half hours of going through the gift shop.
Yeah.
That sounds accurate.
yeah, I'm cool with that. So Pinello, you're going with us?
Yeah, sure. Let's fuck some humans up who were not really doing anything wrong at this point. Let's do it.
Now you're getting into the spirit of this. Let's fuck those guys up. Why? We haven't got anything else to do.
Said the lawful
You have
good
several. You have several things to do. This is the one we chose. Okay. I just need a sailing check over there. So navigation tools, or water land vehicles, or water vehicles, sea vehicles.
Yeah, I can make that check if we like.
Oh yeah,
19.
no
All
problem.
right.
Like I said, it just takes you a few days to get there. Yeah, it's some moderate wind day, clear. Nothing out of the ordinary. The only thing to know is as you all are sailing, you have the maps right from the lore place, so you know where you're going, right? The only difficult part here is when you get close to where Rat's End is, you can see that there is definitely another ship out there, a familiar ship. It's the Forward Horizon. That's Desolate Pearl ship.
What's the horizon?
Oh. But we're not in our ship. We're in the little one we requisitioned, right?
Yep. But you can see the telltale banners of the White Pearl. Yeah. The Desolate Pearl. For sure.
Okay, I'm confused which ship this is, but maybe I don't.
This is another deep cut. This is the ship that the bull sharks actually come from.
Mm-hmm.
This is a pirate captain. One of Daquan's friends from like way back, like episode 9 or so.
And the bull sharks aren't here, and Daquan's not here.
Nope.
I don't know if she's gonna want to see us right now, but
Yeah.
I mean,
get-
she knows that Daquan got sucked into some kind of thing.
Limbo, literal limbo.
literal
the primordial
yeah.
plane.
Does Daquan? Does she know that Daquan hung out with any of the people who are here?
Yes.
Yeah, she knows me and Bajka.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I mean, I guess I pointed it out to everyone as like, you know, look, Korik, it's Desolate Pearl's ship.
What's she doing here?
It's a good question.
Probably being a bad guy if she's over here, right?
And maybe we can talk to her.
I thought you wanted to kill everyone here.
Let's get close.
So
I steer that way.
it looks like the ship its sails are up, like it's here. It's getting like repaired and resupplied. You know, like you can tell as you're coming in. There's no place to really be stealthy with a ship when you're going to a dock, right? So it's like you're either gonna have to like park your ship like away and like sneak in somehow, or you're just gonna like sail in and be like, "Hey guys, how's it going? Hey." You know, what's the play? You can't be like. In other words, people are gonna see your ship coming in. Like, there's no way to hide a ship coming into port, right? The place is very small. The island's small. There's about like 3 or like 2 dozen people milling about. Just broad daylight.
Is there anything like, what are we talking about the island here? Is it like a island with like a single palm tree in the middle? Like,
Yeah,
Can I
it's an
fly over
island.
it and be
It's an island.
inconspicuous?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's very roughly an island. It's actually just a bunch of large rocks sticking out of the sea. There's a few bits of beach that come out to land, but there is a nice little lagoon type situation
Okay.
where the
So
ship's
it's a
going.
video game island.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
the
Video
plot
game island.
direction.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah,
Hmm.
video game island.
So, on a scale from 1 to impossible,
If this was a
would it
pu-
be like?
If this was a Black
Yeah.
Flag, this would be on your mini map and a place where you could like fast travel to and save. No, as a
Okay.
pirate, you know, like this is a
As a
pirate
pirate.
hub, right? This is like where you
Ca-
could go.
Could I fly over there and like just mingle with the crowd? Is there a crowd, or like can I just sit on a tree or something and be inconspicuous?
I mean,
like,
you're not going to be in. I mean, you're the only Aerocock right here. I think it would be the opposite of inconspicuous. Unless you
What
wanted
if
to be
I-
stealthy.
Conspicuous.
what if I came from a completely different direction other than the ship's coming from?
I mean, if you wanted to fly up on the island and like be on the rocks and like peek over, yeah, but you're gonna be like a big bird flying overhead. They'll see you, right?
Well, that's what I'm
That's
saying.
me.
If I fly away from the ship and then
Oh.
I come back from a different angle,
Sure.
like I'm not a part
Yeah,
of
there's
the
a
approach.
chance that will
Yeah.
work. Just do a
They-
stealth check to see if you
Like
can
they'll
do that.
probably see you, but they're not going to associate you with our ship, basically.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I would like to do.
Yeah, they'll probably be definitely confused. They'll know that you didn't just fly like 500 miles to see them. They know you would come from somewhere, right? Anyways, they know you're not
So there's
Ullman.
no other islands around here
No,
whatsoever.
there's plenty of other like islands around here. That's why like this place is. It's not just in the middle of nowhere. It's an island. It's like this is one island of dozens of small islands that sit on the outside of the south side of the Isle of Dread.
All right. Well, maybe I'll just stay with the party then.
No,
Might be
you can
easier.
totally do a stealth check and get in if you wanted to. It's just that if you fail, like there's not really. What I'm saying is the chance. There's no like. There's not a lot of succeeding at a cost here. Like this one is very much like you're noticed. Is what I'm saying. It's kind of like in other words, if it was a different game, it'd be like it's like a desperate scenario to do it.
All right. Fuck it. Yeah. Why not?
Unless you're like
D&D.
invisibility. Yeah. Want to use your
So stealth,
inspiration?
you said?
Yeah. You have anything?
Yeah, of course. Sure. Why not?
Yeah. All right.
Stealth.
You might as well.
Yeah. Inspiration, stealth. Do it. Advantage. See it. Natural 20. You're good.
You rocked it.
Yep. They don't see you, and you see them. You can s-
I
yeah.
fly in, change my armor to look like a rock.
Nice. Like kind of camoed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just hang out.
Sure.
There's actually a small parrot on the rock.
Stealthception.
Perfect.
It's totally, yeah, exactly. You picked a place where they're parrots. Yeah, okay. So here's the things that you see just broadly overlooking. You can see this place, they're doing repairs to the hull. Looks like the hull of the ship got hit by some gnarly green fireballs. Which
Is
you
this
all
the ship
encountered
that
before?
they were the people like the crew was talking about being friendly with us?
Yes.
The Pearl or whatever.
Mhm. The Pearl,
Okay.
yep, the Pearl is currently being repaired. It got hit by like these green fireball blasts,
Mhm.
which you all
Kind
know
of like
about.
from the cursed ballista.
Yep, you know what they're about. So they're currently just getting their ship repaired.
And what I would
Green
like to work
flag.
out is their allegiances to these pirates.
Oh.
Are they here waving a
This is-
flag, often asking
Yeah.
for repair? Are they friends?
Remember, the Hellfish
Hello.
was contracted by the Crimson Fleet. Not that this is like an independent, kind of Tortuga-esque, tiny. But like if Tortuga was a gas station in the middle of nowhere, you know.
Okay, but what I'm saying is,
like they didn't
it's
just take
weird
anyone.
for me. Maybe I don't have enough context from the party, but it's weird
Yeah.
for Pennell that the supposed friends of the party are here consorting with ne'er-do-wells.
Yeah.
So I want to
Well,
work out what the relationship there is.
The friends of the party aren't very great either.
I was gonna say, the friends of the party are consorting with bad people. What makes you think we're good people?
Yeah.
I'm 5 years old and neutral good, so
So
Yeah.
naive
None of us
is what you're
have
saying.
Yeah, no, you're afraid.
None of us have
No, I
a
mean-
good alignment anymore.
If you weren't, yeah, if you were idealistic or good, you would think that why would they ever consort? What's the word? Consort with ne'er do wells. But yeah, I mean they're pirates. They gotta repair sometimes too. There's not a lot of places to repair down here.
Okay.
Right.
I bet as you sail
So-
past, there's a
Captain's-
sign that says the last repairs for 500 nautical miles.
Right. No, it's
Right.
more like you probably hear something being like you probably eavesdrop a little bit with that stealth skill with a natural 20. Like you kind of hear like the captain talking about a little bit how they appreciate us putting us up here. We wanted to go repair down in Farshore, but given the current scenario down there with the hellfish, they figured it would be better to just come over here. Not draw too much attention. Too many big ships down south would draw more attention to the plan, they kind of say.
Does that imply that they don't know the Hellfish has been sunk yet?
Yeah, it does.
Cool. That's
you-
good. That
you
means
definitely
that
picked
if
that up. Yeah, they don't know what's
if
going
you-
on in Farshore.
that means if the captain's made it there, he hasn't actually talked to them yet. So
No.
that's good.
No, yeah, exactly. So far they've heard that kind of any day the hellfish should be returning back, with plunder. In the meantime, free to hang out. We'll just repair your ship up, and you'll be here for the party. When they bring back stuff. And then
Question.
when the big event comes in, we'll just ragtag and show up with the rest of the group and go in. That's kind of like the gist of what you
The
hear.
ship that we requisitioned, that we borrowed.
Yeah.
How
A little
big is
schooner. It's a little schooner, so like less than 20 feet. Like I describe it maybe like 15, 17 feet. So like divided by
Does
3.
it have a
so
below
it's
deck?
It's like 7 meters. It's got half of a below deck. It's
Did
like where
we
the captain's
check
part.
every nook and cranny? Because I don't want to
Yes.
accidentally deliver the fucking captain that
Yes,
we've
you-
been looking.
Yeah, you would have checked the ship. Yes, you've been on the ship a whole day. There's no way they would have been able to hide out a whole day.
That would have been
Okay. It's
hilarious.
Some guy hanging
know.
onto the anchor chain going, "Don't look at me. I've been
Have
here
you
all along."
played Sea of Thieves? People have hidden on ships for hours by laying behind barrels. So
And then when they leave, they steal all the shit.
no, they just there, like talking over the mic, like spooking them and stuff for 2 hours.
I would just be like doing that, just deep breathing, like nasal breathing or mouth breathing on them, like. Like when you're playing a game, you're like, "What? Who's doing that?" And then everyone's like, "Everyone, shut off your mics." And you hear that? Oh, that's good. That's good stuff. Good stuff.
This is Eric. He's
Sorry.
evil.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah. So, anyways,
I
this-
would
this
have
what you're-
loved
yeah.
to have the captain just disguise himself as like the masthead at the front of the ship, going, "No, there's no." in the pose of a Pegasus or something. Oh. Sorry, go ahead.
This is what you're getting, Dave. This is what
Mhm.
Pinel hears. This sort of gist here that clearly there's some sort of plan afoot. They're waiting, so you haven't heard that the captain has returned here yet.
I'll be right back. I'm sorry.
Oh, sure. Okay. Well, then what's the rest of the group going to do? So you're all in the ship, right? Are you waiting to hear back from Pinel, or are you all going to like sneak in now, or are you just going to go in
I feel like we're.
it's normal?
I
think
mean,
we were waiting for him to come back.
yeah, but maybe
Yeah.
we can sail in and land because it's not gonna make landfall. It's not gonna matter. Then he'll just meet us on the shore, right?
So
Are there any
I haven't.
identifiers that we're from Far? on the ship?
Yes and
Oh,
no.
good point.
No, there's no identifiers of your ship. You're just like a simple like fishing vessel. But a ship of your size isn't braving open waters, so it's clearly you came from Farshore. Right? There's no other place that would remotely have someone who could go this range.
Oh, but you said there were loads of islands around here.
Yes, but they're not habited by
Oh, okay. Okay.
especially by people using these types of ships, right?
I see.
So like it's pretty telltale, is what I'm trying to say. But also keep in mind, there's nothing stopping you from going to this place. I feel like maybe I was only implying sort of the sea law here, but like this is like a free port to go to, and by free I mean legally free. You have to pay to go here. The point is that this place is to make money for the person who lives
Yeah,
here.
it's a true neutral place.
Yeah, it's a true neutral place, right? So it's not like you can't have business here and come here, but it's like they're also going to ask why you're here and what's going on in Far Shore and that kind of stuff. And while it's a free place, there's a lot of people here with definitely that aren't, they're definitely on one side of this ongoing conflict. So that might be a little awkward. But in general,
I mean,
yeah.
Right.
I'm on whatever side lets me kill more people, so
You're easy, I
I'm
see.
sure-
Okay.
I'm just sure
I'm
a
very
robust,
easy to-
honest dialogue will fix this. It's D&D. That's how you solve your problems in D&D.
exactly. Diplomacy, the most important skill ever.
Just robust, honest dialogue. The marketplace of ideas is how you solve D&D problems. Yep.
I
Wait, my ears are getting wet. There's sarcasm coming out of my headphones.
I say we walk on up.
Just
Yeah.
just sail in.
that
Right.
sounds reasonable. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it.
I guess the people on the ship will probably ring the bell of the ship to be like, hey, someone's here, kind of thing. You would be the first person spotted there, and they all kind of like look at you. Like some of them have their crossbows, but not like raised or anything like that, because you're just coming in. You're like 4 dudes on a small little ship, so it's 3
Three.
dudes, and then, so yeah, like you're all like well armed and stuff. It's just a really weird scene because you're all like super armored or like shirtless. Clearly a bunch of
I'm not
badasses.
super armored.
Yeah, you're wearing like leather, right?
I'm wearing my Keelbane armor. I just look like I've crawled inside a turtle and pushed the turtle out the other end.
Oh yeah, you're wearing the dragon. Yeah. I forgot the dragon turtle armor. Yeah, so
Dragon turtle armor.
yeah, you all look like super heroic and stuff. But you're on this little like dingy fishing vessel. You're coming in here, and so like everyone's looking around. And that's when you're like the bells go out, which aren't necessarily alarm. Like it's not like we're under attack bells. It's just like, hey, new people bells.
Right.
I imagine this as a sort of it's a shilling to tie your boat up against the docks
Oh, it
It's just-
absolutely is.
for 3 people coming ashore looking really cool and the shittest ship you've ever seen. Expect us to walk off in full armor and look cool and smell of like dead herring.
No, they definitely expect payment, to dock here, or even more, right? This place is the place where they're going to try to nickel and dime you as much as they can. But that's kind of expected in a place like
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think we kind of expected that, so it's
this.
not like
Neutrality is afforded with money. So, that's just how it works here. But yeah, I mean, there'd be a little girl who comes along, probably like a half-orc girl, comes over and gets your money from you.
How much?
Ties
How much
up
is it?
your boat. It's a gold.
That's fine.
And she's like, I'm sure it's nothing for fine folk like yourselves.
I toss her an extra gold and I say, just for you, sweetie.
She kicks your shins and keeps the gold.
Ah,
Good
little
job.
rascal. And then I keep going. Like
Um,
I expected that.
Mhm.
she misses. But yeah,
Ha ha!
she doesn't do any
Even-
damage. It's just ineffective to you. But she definitely kicks you. She kicks you hard.
It just
Captain.
amuses.
Yeah.
amuses.
I mean, it's perfect that she kicks at me. I don't give a shit. This is the kind of atmosphere I'm very much used to. So, I'm
She says, what should we be calling you, sir? Or captain? Like, looks at the vessel and goes back to you like, oh yeah, I guess it's a ship.
oh, what,
Like, it's kind of an
I-
insult to your ship.
do you mean what she wants to call me or what
Yeah,
she wants to call the
like,
ship?
What should I say to my boss? Like, who's, what who are
Who's
you?
calling? May I have your card?
Exactly.
the black
Oh, it's-
cloud.
She looks at you like you're the idiot because it's not like your ship has any colors or that you're known because you're a fishing vessel, and so it's like, but you clearly are people that should be known. So just tell us.
I don't want to give my actual name either because I might be known. So that's
You would
bad.
absolutely be known, right? You
Yeah.
have a reputation of like this is a place you would go to get hired on a ship. You know, not necessarily this
Yeah,
place
this is
particularly,
exactly
but this is
the
exactly
place
the
I
type
would
of place.
go.
Yeah, this is exactly the type of place you would go to get hired. So it's like these are the things. You know what? Can I just make a roll real quick? Like she didn't realize it until she kicked you and stuff like that, but she definitely recognizes the skin. So let's just see.
Yeah,
right?
I'm very distinctive.
Yeah, right. So let's just do.
Snack boy.
Yeah, you got a 19. She's like, wait a minute. By my tusks, is that you? Yeah, and you do like a
Yeah.
thing.
No, that's. And then I go, shh, that's what the extra gold's for.
Ooh. And then she goes like, she's like, straight up tall, like, like.
Yep, that's good. That's the extra 2. How about 3 shillings and we forget the name?
Yeah,
That's
right. No, that's
exactly what
exactly
that
it.
is.
Yeah, no. She absolutely knows. Her face is giddy with glee. She knows who you are. She knows how like your reputation, and so she knows the people you with are also not to be trifled with. So she like
Mhm.
she sees you all. Although her greed gets the better of her, and she's gonna kind of have her hand out for money from all of you.
Oh, I like her. I like her. I throw her a
Cork
small
hands her
bag
gold.
of like.
You're sure. What were you saying, Dempsey?
Oh, Cork hands her gold.
Nice. Oh, she's made a lot of extra gold here.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
she's gotten a total of
Yeah.
12 gold from me.
Buy my
But
tusks. Come back anytime.
yeah, Boschko
sir?
gives her a dirty look.
She's gonna make
That's
money.
that's all she gets from him.
She's like a valet. she's
And
she's
not
a
a
pirate
scratch.
valet. You know, she's young and a pirate valet, but you get why she does the job she does. She's like charming and witty and actually takes no shits and is
Yeah.
clever, and people like her. Like she's just got a nice
Mhm.
like charm about her. So yeah.
Scratch the paint and I'll see you in hell.
So it doesn't take long because you're all immediately grab your attention of people. Hey Dave, did you hear that any of it? What we were doing? Okay. We sailed into shore and we just paid a half orc valet girl pirate to keep the ship as you all are strolling in.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
That's what you can see from your perch.
Yeah,
So you
and
didn't in character you didn't miss it.
yeah, I think she's gonna see Bajko for sure, right? And so I think that's the part where Desolate Pearl is gonna come out and be like,
Is Boschko taller than Korik?
How tall is Boschko?
How tall is Boschko? I never wrote it down.
I'm 6'5".
Then I feel like actually Korik is taller because I kind of figure that he's 6'3". Yeah.
sure.
I don't know. It
Um,
feels short for a half orc, but
But
I'm
the
gonna-
pair
I'm gonna live
of
with it.
Korok and Bajko is really hard to forget.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Makes sense. Okay. I never described Desolate Pearl here, like really, like in terms of like what she would be. Desolate Pearl is a captain through and through. She is the embodiment, really, of like what you think of a captain. She's almost like a paladin of pirates. She is a oath of. Well, I guess I don't have to tell you that part, but you know, she runs her ship like a military order and discipline. Efficiency, and make that money. She's like a mercenary through and through. She loves her crew and treats them well, and the bull sharks are definitely a representative of that. They're her greenest troops that you got. But, like, imagine the rest of her troops level. Like, she's knows what she's doing. So she takes off her feathered cap, like puts it over her heart, and says, like, "Well, I'd be thrice damned. Look at you all." Puts her hat back on. Goes in for a hug for you all. I'm like, what in the barnacles are you doing here in a ship of that? It's a black storm.
I like kind of like nod to her ship.
Yeah.
And God, I'm not that clever. No, never mind. Bosch is gonna keep his mouth shut. That's the rules.
And she hugs you like, "Oh, keeping secrets. Okay, well, I know Korik's a talker. Hey, Korik, how's it going?" You know, she kisses you on the cheek. She's
Her
not
lips come
awkward
back
to you.
slimy and
Yeah,
gross.
she doesn't care. She's not
Korik
awkward
says-
around you at all. Like she
Yeah.
feels she knows that you like, I don't know, there's like an affinity between you two in a way that only like paladins can have, in a way that like she knows like you are also as driven as her, and she's like, hell yeah, fucking driven individuals. Like we run the world, you know? Like she gets it to you. She's like, "Oh yeah, look at you. Strong as ever, sharp in mind, teeth. Good to see ya."
We should really speak alone.
What could be said in front of me can be said in front of my crew. Tell me about your these new folk. Pointing over to the captain,
Well,
because Pinel's
I think I'm
not
the
is
only one
hiding,
there. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Can't just be.
Have I met
Yeah.
her before?
No.
I mean, not
You've
in
heard
the
of her.
campaign, but okay, I've never
Oh.
like worked.
Oh yeah, have you worked with
in-
her before? Let's see here.
Interesting question.
That's a
I like
great
this
question.
history.
Yes, you have. You have a great rapport with her.
Oh,
I just rolled a d6. Yeah, you do.
Lovely.
in that case,
Yeah. Like Presco?
I just bow and
Stormskin.
say,
Yeah.
Captain.
Oh. Now Bosch, she looks at you two, like Korik and Bosch, goes like, "You two are full of surprises. So you met Stormskin." Oh, that's
I just
amazing.
just
This
nod
man,
because
yeah.
that
You
was
know,
a story.
She tells you a story about how, like, a time of how there, when like it sounds like a Daquan story, right? Like it sounds like a story like it's a dark, stormy night, and like 3 krakens are out, and and there's a time, and the Presco sails you through, kind of thing, or it just sounds
Yeah, I
like
was gonna say, if there's anything Presco's probably famous for, it's his uncanny way of finding tides and like currents and wind.
yeah. There is no better person that you want on your ship who can find you a good wind, and she means that. Listen, I don't want to take you from your work, but I'm hiring. There's a storm coming, as you probably all heard, and I could use a good luck charm like you, Presco. I mean, you all are welcome too, but I assume you all are busy. She says. She doesn't know your situation, but she knows Presco's always basically for hire. If you're in a port, you're probably for hire, so she just assumes you're for
Yeah.
hire.
Yeah, no, that is completely valid because that's
Yeah.
the only reason I ever go to these places
Yeah.
is to find gigs. Probably.
Yeah.
I think I look at Korik and Boschko and go, actually, I'm the captain. No, I say it's an odd situation, but I'm actually the captain at the moment.
She snorts. She thinks you're joking. You a captain? No, you're always second fiddle. Tell me that's a joke.
I wish.
Huh. I thought Korik would be
He's
the
a good
natural.
captain.
Korik would be the natural cat. Okay. And she looks at you. It's like,
Someone's gotta drive the ship.
yeah. She looks at you, and it's like she sees you're like, oh, it's gonna be insulting as you're not really into it. It's like, oh, well, I just thought. Forgive me, she says. She takes her hat off. Captain Stormskin.
I do.
Yeah.
I've already bowed once, so I'm just gonna do like
Yeah.
a half bow this
Yeah.
time.
Right. Yeah. It's very
What's her last name? I missed that. It's Captain
Pearl.
something.
her name is Desolate Pearl.
Oh right. So and I say,
Captain Pearl.
you know me, Captain Pearl, usually more comfortable at the front of the ship, directing the waves and the winds.
That's not how I remember it. Referring to something.
All of a sudden,
it's
Tesco looks
an
a bit
illusion. Yeah,
moist.
like a little blushy. So what brings you all to Rat's End? Work? Pleasure? She says in a joke. 'Cause no one comes here for fun.
Worst place to come for fun.
Right. You're far away from Sassarin.
You mentioned the storm.
Aye. There should be thunder over Farshore right now. It's only gonna get worse, is what I hear. True hurricane. Big red eye, he says.
We seem to be chasing that storm.
Are you lying to her?
No.
No, I
Right.
think that sounds accurate.
Yeah, it's
like, yeah.
ambiguous enough that it's true. That's what I thought. That's why she gets it. She's like, yeah, okay. Well, I'm gonna have to say you're gonna get in line. There's a lot of people coming for that storm, chasing it as well. Some folks
So what
reckon
you're
it'd be
saying
a
is
rush.
we shouldn't. What you're saying is we should not leave our ship anchored.
No, what I'm saying is that hopefully there's spoils left for all of us.
Oh, interesting.
Storm's bound to hit in a few weeks. Just gotta batten down the hatches until then. It's all very like code.
Is the Crimson Fleet referred to just as the fleet in these waters?
She mentioned, yeah, but she mentioned it's the red eye. Like
Yeah,
your
but
hurricane with the big red
if I-
eye, so the red is definitely the Crimson Fleet.
But if I say the fleet, it's not
Yeah.
ambiguous. She knows what I mean.
No, if she knows you're about the hurricane, you know it's the Crimson Fleet's attack. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I say so. That's what the fleet's going for next.
Yeah, it's head up by an old friend of yours, or well, I should say your partners. Yeah,
Ear perks up.
Lavinia's brother, Vanthus.
Low growl.
People still don't know how he ended up becoming a captain and getting this through. Man's got some incredible charm, I've been told. Luckily, I haven't met him.
Do you know where he's going to be?
Well, I reckon he's with the rest of the storm assembling up in Scuttle Cove, he says. Where that is, don't tell old Pearl. So I picked a place pretty close to the action. Front row seats.
I must say, you can see the smoke from here. I bet. Could you actually see
No.
the smoke from here?
No, it's
Because
far
I was
enough away.
gonna say there should be some smoke on the horizon.
Right, they would know the status of Farshore, but no, this is far enough away that's not.
Okay. It would be pretty fun to like you could see the smoke from. Oh look, smoke.
Yeah.
Has Penel joined us again? Or
We'll
is
have
he
to
still
wait and
up
see
in
for a second.
in
Yeah.
like a rock with a
Yeah.
rock
But
with a
yeah. So the Pearl is like, you can tell. I'm actually making an insight roll talking to her here. Fresco, you know her, and everybody here who's met her knows her well. Make an insight roll.
Sure.
I have a +6 and I still managed
Right.
a fucking single digit.
Wow.
Right. It's literally one of those things where you're both talking at each other, and when you're talking at each other, because you're trying to read what the response of the other person is, because you're speaking kind of in code, being like, are you actually in favor of this? Are you just trying to like stay alive? Are you actually like cool with this? Or what, you know? And,
Is she
and
speaking-
both of you are like doing like a wink, and like you don't know what the wink means. You know, you're like, oh shit, does it mean a good
I
wink? Is that a
I
good wink or a
imagine
bad
it's-
wink? And you're like, I don't know, but I know there's something here, but it could mean both.
Is
I
she,
imagine
is she speaking thieves' cant?
I was gonna say it's more like a pirate's version of thieves.
Yeah,
Cant.
pirates can't. Yeah, it's a little bit pirates can't. You would know it. Henley,
Or
you've been
socially
listening to
awkward
this.
Cant.
Yeah, Henley, you can listen
Yeah.
to totally. Can you make an insight check for me hearing this conversation? This would be an amazing time for you to show up.
Just bust out of a rock.
Make an insight
Ah!
I imagine you landing on someone's shoulder and they're just going, "Whoa!"
Huzzah. Never mind.
Another
Okay.
12. Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
Wow.
Okay. Well, those are 3 12s in a row. So
Oof.
you don't know. Never mind. It would have been really cool for you to come in and being like, well, I know what she means, but nope.
I'm just gonna roll again. I know it doesn't count, but I just want to see if I can get anything that isn't in the single digit.
Nope. Single digit. Oh, there you go. I saw the modifier, not the roll. Okay.
Mm,
Yeah. So
So I got 24.
no. Unfortunately, no. There's no way of knowing. So there's this awkward tension here. They say, "Oh, is this bird part of or is this Aarakocra part of yours as well?"
Oh wait, did I leave the safety of
Oh,
my rock?
I thought you were joining. I mean, you could still be hiding if you wanted to, but you can see that like they're not like. This is a social call. There's no danger here.
Hmm.
So you all expected here to stir shit up, and then you're surprised to see the Desolate Pearl here refueling, and yeah, now you can like talk to the people who own this place, which you know is named Squib or Rickety is sort of the name of this
Rickety
place.
Squib.
Rickety Squibs is the name of this place. Who owns
I'll
Rat's
come
End.
out of the bushes, not even pretending that I wasn't hiding.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like I got like
Ah,
a branch hanging out of my head, sort of thing. You know. And I'm just like,
She's like, I assume you know this one. She says, like, hand on her hilt.
A nod.
just
Good.
brushing off, and it's like,
She whispers, like she does like a whoosh thing, and like a Sahagwin comes out of the water. Brushes her off, also stealthed. Like she, like we calling her stealth dudes. As a mild flex too. That's new.
I take the
She never had.
parrot
She
off
hasn't
my
had a
shou-
Sahagwin
She
before.
out stealthed us.
Yeah, she doesn't
I
have.
take the parrot off my shoulder and I flick its head. I'm just like, it's fake.
The guy
The
coming out of the
Sahagwin
water
eats the parrot
isn't
head,
even wet.
and then you say it's fake, it spits it out. So it, like it goes over to it, and, plop, and you're like, it's fake, and it's like spits it.
Coming out of the water. He's not even wet. Out stealthed again.
Boom. Not even water. Yeah. So she's
Actually, custard.
wondering, yeah, so look, she's gonna come in quietly to you. I was like, look, I trust you all. I don't know what happened to Daquan. I don't know what happened to the Black Storm. But I imagine it's something to do. She looks at her ship. That it's hard to say no to these people. They drive a hard bargain.
Oh, is she working for the fleet?
That's what she says. She says she is. She says she has to. Basically, is what she's saying. She's saying she's forced to.
Well, you know, I'm gonna
Like
in
they
Thieves' Cant-
ruined her ship, basically, right? She had to flee, and so now she knows that she's not in a spot to really fight, and like these waters are going to be crawling with Crimson Fleet people. So she's just going with the winning side that she thinks, right? And now that she's seen
I'm
you all,
gonna-
she's being very friendly and trying to figure out what your plan is and if you can work together at all.
All right, in Thieves' Cant, I'm gonna say to her, what's the real score in this situation, though? I'm sure you can let us in on this.
Real score is that she thinks that Farshore is completely boned, and that she's just gonna ride this out. Like she's seen her ship get hit like this. She doesn't want to.
Do I get?
She
Do
prefers
I-
the Northwater, where there's Scarlet Brotherhood. They're more reasonable.
So
Do
does
I
she
get
reply
the
in Thieves' Cant, or does she not?
No, she does. She replies in Thieves' Cant for there. Sorry to keep cutting you off, LCT.
No, so I keep cutting you off in the middle of your conversation. But do I get the feeling that she might be? I mean, she's obviously not loyal to the Crimson Fleet,
No.
but is she maybe up for some? If she wasn't alone, would she maybe oppose the Crimson Fleet if she thought that, hey, this
Yeah.
this might be
Yes,
Uh,
that's what Henley's getting out of her right now. Is that she thinks it's fucked and she's going with the winners, but she doesn't really like care one way or another. But after like she got forced to fight with the Crimson Fleet because she basically lost that fight.
Yeah. So in Thieves' Cant, then I'll reply to her and I'll say, you know, the odds aren't that stacked against the supposed losing side.
What do you mean?
I mean, there is a lot more going on than you probably are led to believe. You should reconsider your stance.
She always figures out which way the wind's blowing, right? She's always willing to sail with the wind. And if the winds are changing, she's listening.
And I have been known to change them.
Mm.
Aha! Sex stuff. I get it.
Did you open a window, love?
I'm finally understanding you humans.
Understanding me will not help you understand humans.
That's
She-
the joke.
Yeah. She gets the gist here that she understands now that like, oh, you're from Farshore. Like you didn't have to say it, but now she gets it, and that you destroyed the other ship. Like she's like putting those pieces together, and that's why you're here. And so when you say
Mhm.
things are changing, she understands that you think you have a chance, and she wants to know more. Yeah, like she's like getting on board with your suggestions here, but it has to be less vague now. Like she needs to know like some concrete assurances of like, I will join you, but like what chance do you have? You're not like what is your secret? What's your secret weapon? Because this is a big ass fleet, and that place hasn't.
Yeah. Taking on the Hellfish, we didn't take any casualties, did we?
No, not really.
Did we take any damage at all?
No, they didn't attack your ship. They attacked the town.
No. I mean, when we faced them off on the shore, did anyone even get blood?
I think I took 20 damage. 15.
That's pretty negligible though for you.
Well,
Yeah.
So I tell the captain that, you know, the Hellfish is more hell than fish right now. It's pretty much just a blackened husk left.
I love
And
that. I love
as
that.
far
a
as
lot.
I know, the entire crew, I think we spared a few, right? Yeah, I think we spared a few.
Well,
But the rest
actually, sorry, Captain. It would be more fish than hell now, considering where it is.
Oh yes, but that is true. But it's a dead fish because it's just
But
floating.
it was on
more.
fire first, right? That was
Yes,
part
yes,
of it.
Okay,
definitely.
she's like
It's
wasn't
living
sure.
up to its name.
She was like trying to put the picture in her head, and like it keeps changing. Like imagine sort of like the thought bubble of like you describing it, and then she like erases it and like draws it in her head again. What's going on, right? And yeah.
Fucking etch a sketch.
Yeah, exactly. It's like like her brain is imagining what's going on when you guys are saying that stuff. Anyways, yeah, no, she's like, this isn't. I want to be very clear with you all. But you know, if I take my crew in with you, this isn't some sort of death pact, is it? We're not all gonna die together in some sort of valiant stand.
No. There's more
Our
emeralds here than you'll know what to do with.
Our cause
That-
does not end with Farshore.
Yeah, none of you care about Farshore, so why are you so gung-ho about saving it?
I just like to be a good person.
I get to kill things
It's our best chance to meet Vanthus.
and
Yep.
kill him.
See, that's what I was afraid of. That whole revenge thing, that usually means both people die, the way I've seen it. I'm not sure I'm really up to that whole dying thing. No offense, Presco. I see the, I've seen it. I'm kind of pretty keen on living.
Oh, me too. There's
No.
what's the point in living? if
Basically-
you don't get to end other people's lives.
I can end plenty of lives staying on the other side.
True, but not nearly as many.
You're basically, yeah, I get it. Like, being outnumbered 10-1, yes, makes a target-rich environment, but I also
Yeah,
don't live.
exactly. Oh my god, we're surrounded. Great, we can fire in all directions.
Right, but that
It's
doesn't mean-
basically
that
what
doesn't-
Prescott wants to
but-
convey.
Right, but that's what she's trying to argue against, is that sure, there's a bunch of people, but it means we die in the process, and that she doesn't want to die in the process, and she's not sure how, like, what the trick here is, and it sounds like you are like, nope, we're making a stand against her because we really hate Manthus, and we know we're going to probably go down fighting with this too. You know, like the whole revenge digging 2 graves, and you're like, well, I'm going to fucking kill this
She
fucker.
probably knows
you know,
me
kind of
pretty
thing.
well, though, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
and
like-
that's why she's
Like,
like, what are
some of
you
this-
doing here? Like,
Really, only Boschko is out to kill Vanthus at the
Full
expense
death.
of his own life.
sure.
Like I don't think anybody else is super like on board with must kill Vanthus. or-
Yeah.
Oh, I am.
Not
I just
trying.
want his corpse when you're done with him.
Well, I mean, sure, but like you're not out for personal revenge. You've got a list. It's business.
Yeah.
True.
So I guess that's what I'm trying to say is like she's like, I don't know about this whole revenge thing, and it's like I guess Boschko maybe will speak up and be like I want to see Vanthus dead, and whatever path I need to take to get there, I'm going to. Everyone
And
else.
the hero
wants-
valiantly charges in front of the enemy to save humankind. That's how I'll write it in the book, not the way you're saying it.
My point is, everybody else cares about other things.
What about you, Korik?
The fates say that our journey does not end at Far Shore. We will prevail whether you join us or not. Be on the winning side.
She thinks about it.
I pat him.
Plus, I can offer you immortality.
I pat Korik on the shoulder, like, yeah, see, you know how to talk to people.
Like, I'm not interested in surviving forever in a song. I'm interested in surviving forever in this. She said, like, looks down. I look fabulous.
And you look even better in the written word, with heroic deeds tied to you.
Well, I agree to disagree with you, Bird.
It
Eric?
is Pennell, not Bird. Bird was my father.
What's up, Helen? Yeah. Presco?
I'd like to invest in her character as a character, and I would say that I know her very well,
Yeah.
and that she probably knows about my list and what it is I do.
Yes. I think so.
Hmm.
That I'm totally cool with that. You rolled a 6. You already had some sort of like romantic connection-y thing.
Yeah.
Like you guys are pretty close. Whatever secrets you wanted to divulge, they would be totally cool knowing it, and they like you all.
Yeah,
the
no,
same.
I don't want to. I don't want to
And
divulge.
similarly, you know
secrets.
her. Yeah.
I want to. Yeah, I don't want to divulge secrets. I want to play on the secrets she already knows.
Yeah.
Not
She
necessarily divulge
Right.
more.
She just needs a good reason to side with you. Like, what makes you think you're going to win? Not that you're going to go down in a great blaze of glory that's worthy of the songs and stuff like that. She's like, yeah, that's obviously going to happen. But, like, what's the part about the living part? She's like Han Solo, like, trying to sign up the rebellions. Like, why would I do this? You know?
Fine. If you must know, I like, pull her in close, and it's like, we have an undead army.
She like, does the math in her head, like, the Robert De Niro, like, not bad, like,
I throw her an emerald. One of the emeralds we got, like a sizable chunk, like not polished,
kinda-
but still.
yeah,
a
it's rough
sizable
cut.
Emerald.
It's a rough cut. They're all
Yeah.
rough cut emeralds.
Mhm.
Because they're just
I
mined,
throw
right?
it to her.
Um,
Yeah, I
she-
throw it to her and say, "What do you think of that?"
Gonna need a lot more of these to for this trip.
How about an entire mine full?
Right, got it. Emerald Mine, Undead Army. All right, might have a chance.
We can throw emeralds at them.
She's gonna offer her hand out like a shake on it with you, Presco. Captain
I shake
Captain
hands.
Stormskin.
Captain Pearl.
Pennell. Put my hand in there as well.
Like I'm
Fantastic Five, go!
like I'm picturing like the two of like Desolate Pearl and Presco are like having a moment, looking each other in the eyes, shaking on this, and then
You know that scene in Futurama when Bender just like interrupts their moment by putting
Uh-huh.
his hand on them? It's just
Yep.
like, yeah, exactly
Exactly.
that.
uh-huh.
Or the Simpsons when they do the barbershop quartet. The B sharps. The B sharps.
The,
Yes, Eric. Sorry.
she.
I'm
No, that's
sorry,
fine.
I thought we were doing a thing.
She just says to you in that sort of like piratey swagger, you know, don't make this end in a watery grave. No,
You know me. That's why I've always been aiming for.
I know, and that's why she like reluctantly shakes your hand. She knows like don't make me regret these words, you know, and she agrees to fight with y'all.
Yay! Allies!
Yeah, cool. So I know we're over time, so we're gonna wrap up there, okay?
That sounds good.
It's a good stopping point. That was fun. A lot of role play today. I appreciate that stuff when you all do it. So thanks for entertaining me here. Yeah. So then we'll figure out what we're gonna do for next week. Following up the other plans, finding this captain, finding the allies in the Isles, trying to get Molos to join us too. So more ally joining, and then we'll come up with a culminating battle. So I'm excited about this shit.
No, I don't know about next week.
Right, because it's
the
July.
girlfriend's
for you.
coming here, and I might be picking her up in Gothenburg when we're playing.
Okay,
And it's a 6-hour round trip, so
that's fine.
I might not be.
It's okay, LZT.
That's
I know.
way more.
You gave us so much heads up for that stuff. So it's not a big deal.
Couple of months in
yeah.
ahead.
Right. So this is cool. Yeah. No, I'm thrilled about this game. This is the stuff that I really like as a player. Like I like doing the ally building. I like doing that stuff and then having a big old battle about it for me. So
Well, I'm just waiting for the curse you for your sudden but inevitable betrayal. So,
no. Okay. Well, anyways, let's do some outros, y'all. LZT.
yo.
Hey,
Go ahead.
thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Lima Zulu Tango. You can find me everywhere at Lima Zulu Tango. That is, you can find me everywhere as long as those everywheres include Twitter and Twitch. And right now, I'm starting up my leatherworking shop or leathercraft shop. Starting to do a couple of commissions, and yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with that. So
You
thanks for
streaming that?
watching. Sorry, what?
You streaming that?
The entire
Cool.
workshop is hooked up with a few cameras, so
That's cool.
improved it slightly today. So I'll probably stream again tomorrow, and I'll start making some passport covers and stuff.
That's so.
So
awesome.
thanks for watching, everybody, and
Yeah.
thanks for playing, everybody else.
Dempsey. take it away.
Yeah. My turn. Hi, I'm Dempsey. You can find me on Twitter at DempseyDMC. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun playing. And I'm excited for the big battle that's going to eventually come, I think.
Eventually, I think.
Yeah, eventually.
Yo, what up? Thanks for playing, everyone. I just released a new trailer for my upcoming game, Elder's Blood. You can find it on YouTube and anywhere they're serving videos, IGN, all that sort of stuff.
Looks so good.
It looks really good.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
thank you. Yeah, it's definitely a good one for sure. And you can go buy Warlocks 2 Godslayers now on Switch. That's out as well now. So go check that shit out. That game's doing really well. We sold like $70,000 worth of copies already. So yeah, doing good with that. But yeah, that's pretty much me. Thanks.
Thanks. Hello, everyone. I'm Kelsa. I play role-playing games on the internet. You can find me on Twitter at Kelsa, Twitch and YouTube. It's Kelsa Delphi.
On Mondays on my channel, well, every other Monday, we play Mobile Frame Zero Firebrands. Love and Banter Phil's Skyfist Dive. It is really great fun. Last night's episode got really intense, and there was a moment there where a couple of our characters might have died, which is actually very interesting in that system because it's always a player choice if your character dies. There's no like hit points or anything that you keep track of. You just narratively explain things that happen, and sometimes it gets to the point where you're gonna get stabbed. We managed to avoid that, but now one of the PCs is in custody for having murdered an NPC, and that is probably going to have some major repercussions as we continue. So,
Dang.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's so much fun. I love it. There's so much art that's coming out of it from both me and Estini. So there's that. Anyway, so that's me. That's what I'm doing. Follow me on places. I tweet about stuff when I'm going live. I also tweet pictures of spiders and my dog.
Nice.
Not at the same time.
Spider
But maybe
dog.
I'll change that.
Spider dog.
Spider dog.
Cool. And then, then there's me. I'm Eric. Been your Dungeon Master. Eric Vulgaris everywhere. Play a lot of games. Tonight's Ultraviolet Grasslands, which is my weird heavy metal role-playing game stuff. I love that game so much. And then Wednesday, I think we are off this week for my other D&D game. And I play a lot of games throughout the week. So anyways, just follow me on Twitter to see when those things go live and when we're doing stuff. But anyways, with that, we're going to be out of here today. It's been episode 26. Next week's episode 27. So see you all there, Savage fans. We're out of here. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.